Yo, I'm the man in charge, triple dip justice, my reach is large, indicting T-Rex arms, yeah they on display, short reach, big mess on a public way, yo. Adjust your antennas, tune in tight, Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky, the joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Adjust your antennas, tune in tight, Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky, the joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Advanced years, wisdom stacked, try me once, no turning back. James Jackson ordered, case dismissed. Cossy G strikes, you won't resist. Order in the court, the rhythm pounds. Justice echoes, breaking bounds. Prosecutor by day, mic in hand by night. Adjust your antennas, I'm the signal, alright. Antennas, tune in tight. Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky. The joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Yeah, adjust your antennas, tune in tight. Cossy rules the bench.
Coswell G, you come up here, you show your face. Your name's Jason Smith, right? Is that his name? Jay Smith, his real name or something? I forget his name, man. I think his name was Jay Smith, right? Is that what his name was when he came up here? I forget. Cossy G. He's saying that he's sick of us crying. We're crying about what? you're in a guy's chat talking shit about us and we're crying? We can't defend ourselves? Like, what is it? You guys are the bullies and we got to bow down? That's never going to happen. So stop talking shit, and then we'll stop crying. Is that the way this works? Keep making phone. Everybody's seeing that you're Cossy G, but you're still going to make phone calls and say you're Cosgrove. Who's really mentally fucking cooked up? We already seen you. The joke's over.
The joke's over.
The joke's over. Erica W's disgusted. I am fucking disgusted.
We'll see you later.
Well, yeah. That I thought she was friends with James Jackson. I guess not.
Want to hear somebody pissed? Listen to the end of this.
I know she wanted to go to a Millie show or something. He asked me to get her backstage, but it's been 2.5 hours for trashing TB and anybody who supports them. Definitely not trashing BLT. I feel like the streamer equivalent of I Have Black Friends. Not a good look trying to play the race card.
This was when everything popped off, and I don't know, end of the summer, August,
Crazy,
September-ish. It's a while. Listen to that breathing.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good stream. I appreciate everybody. You know, it is what it is, and we'll see you guys next time. I'll check you out, Kevy Kev.
All right, my man. Have a
Peace
good night.
Boy, was he pissed off.
Supporting me in every possible way you can. All my moderators, all my subscribers, and all my members in this members only video. Thank you so much. LTL podcast is growing and it's getting huge. And we're putting in the time and we all are part of this community. So it's amazing what we're doing here to bring truth, justice, and correct information in these cases. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you all again soon. I hope you all have an amazing day and I'll see you soon. Take care. Hey, everybody.
Take care. Take care. What else do I have? How's everybody doing? Thanks for everybody being here. I would have went earlier, but I needed to get some rest, man. And boy, did I sleep like a sleeping Nan or something, like a hibernating skinwalker Nance or something. I don't know. I slept a lot. Let's see this.
Okay. Props to Jason Smith. Hold on 1 second.
Oops.
Well, Jason, too bad you can come out here and explain this to us. But this is looks like a graphic of the Chevy Avalanche.
Oh, this is when I was talking about the Lisk
It's
case.
like freaking out on
Oh,
me.
it's a
Hold on, let me
while
see if I
ago.
just- And what are we showing? What are you showing us here, Jason? I wish you could come on and explain this. Maybe you can some other time. It's got all kinds of features that would be perfect if you were a serial killer.
Yeah, this is the serial killer truck of choice. I mean, they really like this one because for a bunch of different reasons. Chevy Avalanche, people, go get one 10 years ago.
Oh, there's a light, a cargo box light. There's a rear step bumper. Oop. I need a techie. Rubber mat bed liner for for easy remove and has for fast cleanups. That's great.
So getting
Grab
rid of
handles
organic
to provide
matter.
easy access to the cargo box. Can also be used as cargo tie downs when you need to secure items or bodies.
Perhaps cargo, groceries, people, something.
Cargo cover storage bag. There's no need to head back to your garage whenever you're on the go and need to remove the 3-piece cargo cover. Just store the cover in its own
What am I driving? A Bugatti. In a video game.
protective storage bag. Secure it in
No,
the
I
open
have
box and keep moving.
I have a Ford Escape.
It's got a
Tremendous
Protect
vehicle.
tailgate that's lockable, lightweight, and rust proof. Its one-piece inner panel is made from a durable composite material to help resist dents and dings. And the Protect tailgate even includes integrated cup holders to hold your cup of coffee while you're working outside. Yeah, Jason, I guess this would be the perfect vehicle if you needed to use it for something such as that. Top box storage back here in the bumper. Lockable lighted storage compartments are located on the side of the cargo box and provide up to 1.7 cubic feet of room each. These containers are perfect for holding small camping gear or
Yeah, that picture is me as a fat little boy who appreciated cake and other stuff. As you can tell, I was about to break a button on that nice sweater I had on. That's a Dutch boy haircut, by the way. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with a Dutch boy haircut, but I have one and rocked it.
emergency equipment or duct tape or rope or
Yeah,
whatever
with
else
hair.
you might
It's
need.
probably that long since I've had hair, by the way.
Very cool,
Almost.
Jason. Thank you for that. Low gate, composite bed. Yeah.
I think I lost it a year later. It's not a bowl cut. It's a Dutch boy. You ever see Dutch boy paint? That little
Hello,
dude there?
Annabelle Stealth. There's pictures of Rex and Stephen Baldwin at Gilgo Beach in their high school yearbook. Isn't it Billy Baldwin that he went to school with? Or was Stephen around the same age too? Jason says it's the serial killer truck of choice. Well, I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, it looks like it's easily washable.
I mean, if you're going to
You
get a
can
truck,
put all your stuff in there, all your gear, everything you need. Yeah. Yikes, Laura Christine.
show my fat
Yikes.
picture again. I don't know if I can
I wonder if
actually.
Rex's dad had
It's
any
my
creepy habits.
thumbnail.
No, but I think he was into woodworking, and I think they had a lot
I'll
of
screw stuff
Jason
up if I
Smith
try to
props,
do
says
that.
Black Rose, another one of my awesome mods. Woodworking. He did woodworking, and I think there were a lot of woodworking tools in the house. And one of the neighbors came out and said
Cabinet
in one of the
maker's
early
hammer.
articles that came out right when he was arrested was that Rex was into woodwork. He was always chopping wood. Rex was always chopping wood in the front
similar
yard
to a
and
Cassidy haircut.
in the
He rocked
backyard
it a little
and in the
better.
driveway. And also he was always watching TV on the front porch. He had a big TV out on the front porch.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. But anybody, you guys get the point. All right, let's you guys want to get, I don't know, you guys want to get silly? Why not?
And I don't know. I wanted to come in and talk a little bit about the civil trial, Karen Reed civil trial. Obviously, this is big news right now. Very, very big news. And I wanted to kind of break all this down.
All right.
What we'll see possibly in the civil trial versus the criminal trial. Lots of things to
What's
get
the
into.
diff, Bri?
that intro went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. I programmed a new intro. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, but that went quick.
Time
anyway,
flies when you're
welcome
having
in,
fun,
everybody.
baby.
Make sure to smash the like button when you come in. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
I have.
And we're going to get into this tonight. Let's see. Before we get into it, let's look in the chat and see who's here. Carol says it's all behind her now, but the civil suit. Absolutely. One more hurdle in this. Hopefully one more hurdle in this. Joy says hello, everybody. Debbie's in here. Nice to see you, Debbie. Rufus is here.
Hey, Rufus.
What's up? Yo, what's up? Sue is here. Sherry is here. Christy is here. She says smash that like button. Sherry, hello. Sherry, hello. Kathy, hello. Stylin' One, hello. Nice to see you. Jedi Jen, hello. Good to see you. Nurse Corky, good evening. Hello. Karen in the house. Hello. Eminem, hello. Greg says, let's fucking go. Love it. MK, hi, Brian. Excited to see you live. Good to see you. Thank you. It's your first time over here.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Ooh, that's a nice pause. Staring into my soul right now, saying, don't do this. You're better than this. But I'm not. Hey, everybody.
Again, if you haven't caught my live stream, sit back and we'll enjoy this one. But
okay.
Let's do this. Let's get into some local news here in Massachusetts first. We had an update in Sandra Birchmore's case today. This dropped at about 5 p.m. this afternoon. I had
this is from a while back, if anybody's wondering. Maybe, I don't know, November. I don't know. It's not new, though.
My friend Todd McGee actually texted this article over to me, and I read through it. And let's just take a look. So let me pull this article up here from Boston 25 News. Ex-cop barred for life in Massachusetts over conduct involving Sandra Birchmore. So the curtains are all starting to fall for all these motherfuckers.
It's all right, Lori Ballou.
Sandra, and deservedly so. Let's see this. Boston former Abington School Resource Officer Joshua Heel, who was a witness in the federal murder investigation of Sandra Birchmore, has been permanently barred from ever serving as a law enforcement official or officer in Massachusetts. Officer Joshua Heel, who was a witness in the federal murder investigation of Sandra Birchmore, has been permanently barred from ever serving as a law enforcement official or officer in Massachusetts. The ban was finalized by the Massachusetts Peace Officer Standards and Training Post Commission on September 25th, 2025. The Post Commission order states that, quote, that Heel, quote, shall never again apply for certification as a law enforcement officer within the Commonwealth of the Massachusetts and shall never seek or hold employment.
Wow. He's into it tonight.
By any law enforcement agency in the state. In the state.
In the state. Not just the greater Boston area, but the extent of the entire state. He means it.
The action against Heel stems from sustained allegations of misconduct, including the accusation that he lied about the sexual relationship he had with Sandra Birchmore when she was a young adult. The Abington Police Department found Heel engaged, quote, in conduct unbecoming an officer and, quote, untruthful during multiple interviews. Goes on to say, Abington Town Manager Scott Lambie supported the commission's ruling, stating that he was, quote, glad that this is over and behind us and that the outcome that is what we anticipated and we hope for with our recommendation. I think it's probably what's best. Heel met Birchmore in his previous job working at Stoughton Animal Control Unit. His name appeared in an internal affairs report that accused Stoughton police officers of sexually grooming Birchmore when she was a minor. I cannot believe that with all of this evidence that's been so compiling in this case and how this all just got ignored. You know, when Sandra was first autopsied and found, to try to turn this into
first autopsy and found. They don't really go in that order, but it's fine. I get what you mean.
An unaliving is insane. Is absolutely insane. And you know, and then being able to go over and talk about this stuff like pregnant, you know, we looked at statistics of like pregnant mothers that unalive themselves. The statistic is very, very low. And then the statistic that we looked at.
Got any mummer jokes? Talk about my mummer.
Of pregnant mothers unaliving themselves by, you know, hanging the way that Sandra was found. I mean, it was so obvious. It was so obvious as to what happened to her.
Hello, mama.
And I can't believe it. I mean, this is some of the most obvious evidence, and it's taken this long to get to, you know, some certain resolve and outcome with the people that have all been involved with harming and essentially killing Sandra Birchmore.
Okay, well, there you go.
It's beyond me. I
It's
mean,
beyond
for Christ's
you?
sakes, I mean, I know that the, you know, the medical system
I'm
works
pretty
very
sure it's beyond all of us, Bri. It's not really, you know, something you see every Friday night, right? I mean,
slow, and the wheels in our country turn very slow for medical problems. But I mean, justice is longer.
it's even longer than like, you know, medical stuff.
Even when you have the most obvious evidence, it just seems the way that this is the way it works. All right, let's read a little
I
bit
tend to agree with them, by the way.
more here. Heel met Birchmore on his previous job working with Stoughton Animal Control. Let's see. A recording leaked to investigative reporter Ted Daniel last year revealed that former Abington police officer David DePapa said that Heel had intimate knowledge of Birchmore's involvement with the Stoughton officers. DePapa said that Heel admitted to having sex with Birchmore.
You guys remember the Barber Papas? It was like a cartoon on Saturday or Sunday morning, and they formed into all types of squishy shapes. The Barber Papas.
When she was young, a young adult, stating that the allegations he had exchanged
Pretty cool show. I liked it.
a cat for some oral sex was true. The Papa found Heel to not be credible according to the recording because Josh denied having a sexual relationship with Birchmore during the interview, but had changed his answer in the second interview. This is ridiculous. Birchmore was found dead in her Canton apartment on February 21st, February 2021, although state police initially believed it was a suicide. Federal authorities charged the former Stoughton police officer Matthew Farwell with her murder last summer, accusing him of staging her death to look like she had hung herself. That's exactly what he did.
Is it? I mean, I tend to agree with you on that as well.
I mean, it is so obvious. I just don't understand. You have a video of Matthew Farwell walking into her apartment, going.
Well, I think we get it now, Bri. You know, it took the feds to kind of come in and rattle the cage. Kind of obvious the stuff that's been going on, by the way. This video is not that old.
Up, leaving 20 minutes later, and then a couple of days later, Sandra Birchmore's found, and they go, "Oh yeah, she was so heartbroken over everything that she just unalived herself." You've got to be kidding me. I mean, all the evidence is there, and they just drag this out because it's law enforcement officers, and we know how all that is and works in this state. Law enforcement officers caught up in any type of scandal, what do? We cover for them. That just seems to be the norm here in the state of Massachusetts.
I mean, hold on a minute. I want to look at.
And it's not only happening here; it's happening in your town too.
No,
it is definitely happening in your town too.
Tell
this
me
is the way
that,
that it
Brian.
goes. This is the way that the wheels of justice work for people when law enforcement officials are corrupt and involved in things that they should not be doing. Murder, embezzlements, falsifying evidence,
extortion.
I mean, everything.
Blackmail.
This is what happens. We you know, the unions and the lawyers protect for the bad
debauchery.
Guys. That's the way it works. Pretty disgusting. Heel maintains he's done nothing wrong. His lawyer, Peter S. Farwell, which is Farrell, I'm sorry, noted that Heel's certification had already expired before the agreement, and that the voluntary agreement is not and should not be construed as an admission of fault or liability for any of the allegations asserted by Post or any of the entities. Farrell added that the Superior Court finding on January 22nd, 2024 dismissed Heel, did not break any laws, and that he would not be a target of any criminal charges in the future. Heel.
I mean, not for nothing. I mean, he's not doing bad. Like with videos like this, 21,412 views, 1.1K likes. It's from September 26th. It was a little older than I thought, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like we know all this stuff, but
Massachusetts law enforcement certificate status will publicly be expired. The agreement does not prohibit Heel from seeking employment as a police officer in the state. I don't care what this lawyer is saying about he did not break any laws.
Get him,
they
Brian.
need to federally
Get
look into
his
this guy
ass.
as well, and all the major players that were involved in the grooming, disgusting grooming of Sandra Birchmore. They all need to go.
What happened? What did I do? I really screwed up. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. What did I do? All right, hold on. Oh, man. Hold on. I hit something. Hit something.
Care what this lawyer is saying about he did not break any laws. They need to federally look into this guy as well, and all the major players that were involved in the grooming, disgusting grooming of Sandra Birchmore.
Somebody's screwing around with my antennas on the roof.
They all need to go down. They all need to go down. Federal, the fucking state's not going to do it. The feds need to step in and take these people down.
We'll get us.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
and that's what it should be too, Debbie. If you lose your certificate, you should not be able to apply to be a police officer in another state. You've broken the law. You've been implemented in a criminal complaint.
Implemented.
That's it. You should be done.
Implemented
forever in any state. It's the way it should work. But this is what happens again when the unions and the lawyers get involved. They get a pass. Might not be able to be a police officer in this.
Implicated is the word I think he's looking for, but I get it, Brian. I mean,
state
it's not,
might not be able to get be a active law enforcement in this state, but it gives you the opportunity to go somewhere else and apply to be a cop. Pretty sick.
Pretty sick.
Pretty sick.
Pretty sick.
All right, let's get into my presentation tonight. Brenda says ridiculous. One of these mofos
Stop
needs to be
using
held
that word.
accountable.
It's
Yeah, and that's the
trademark.
thing, MG. What is the point of post? If you're saying what is the point of it? The point of it is they, in a technical sense, is they take all this information, they have a hearing, and then they make the recommendation on the findings of the evidence in the hearing that if a officer is then unbecoming. If you're saying what is the
Look at that. Look at that. Pause game. Brian's very serious.
The point of post, really? I
Point.
I agree with you. What is the point of it? Because all it does
What I'm trying to
basically
get
most
to.
of the time is come down to protection for these officers to say, well, you can't be someone here, but you can go off to another state and apply.
Hmm?
Pretty sick. Britt's checking in. Thank you so much, Britt, for being here, being a channel member. I appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, it was expired, but not really taken away. Right. Well, that's just the lawyer talking. That's the lawyer.
Brian,
That's the lawyer
stop.
covering for Heel.
Stop
And
yelling at
I
me.
plan on doing a show on this with Todd. Todd can speak more to post and what happens during those commission hearings and how this all works out.
By the way, Todd should be charging you like $1,000 an hour.
So maybe we'll get something together going on Monday. We'll have him over here. We'll get Nan up here, three amigos, and we'll go through all of this stuff. So, okay, let's get into my presentation. So I thought today.
No, don't stop saying that. It's not. Can't use that word like that, dude. It's a presentation, by the way.
I wanted to talk about the civil trial that Karen is obviously upcoming here. And, we had the first civil hearing the other day. Actually, let's do this. I want to play what Alan Jackson was saying outside.
I got to say, if that is a rug, it's tremendous. I mean, he paid good money for that. Well, we'll see.
We don't need an echo. So let's play Alan Jackson and civil attorney. So this was the other day out in front of Plymouth. And Alan Jackson speaks again.
Oh, poor girl. So you're both Jackson, right?
I think we're a little offensive for the criminal trial.
How does that work? That's
I need a full back.
Doesn't even let her get a blocking back.
He does work full time. So all you people that just think this shit is easy, it's not. And by the way, the monetization thing, there's some kind of issue with it, and I don't know. It might be some kind of issue, but everything is verified and done. So if you'd like to support the channel, and I hate to be a Brian, but the links are up top in the corner. Venmo and the Cash App thing and the PayPal is down bottom. It might be a month before I get this thing straightened out. And I don't know what the problem is, because you can't reach anybody at Google or AdSense or anything like that, because it just takes you in circles.
What a claim is? What an affirmative claim is? No, it's an affirmative claim against the third-party individuals. That's exactly what we intend to bring.
But the idea is to get them combined to save the court time and money.
All the same individuals are involved.
What do you
So that's
think,
exactly right. It's a matter of judicial economy. Well, of course, because it becomes a bigger case, more voluminous, right? It's a bigger case with more claims. And that's exactly what that's what this case calls for.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that tonight. You know, what is the expected evidence that you're going to see this time around in the civil trial, and what the difference between a criminal and civil trial?
What is the difference, Brian?
The days of Karen
Are
Reed
you
being
a
on the defense
grifter?
are over. Right? That's what started today. That's what we're seeking today.
Why not?
Judge say, trying to resolve this? Can you resolve this out of
Every single civil case should at least have that on the table. Civil cases are built and designed to be resolved. If they can be, we'll see. We'll see. It depends on how reasonable the other
Was that something
side
you
is.
guys would like to do, though? I mean, you know,
Say it again.
was that something you guys would
Welcome
do?
to the grift, baby.
Anytime there is a civil case, look, civil case is not about making a point. They're trying to seek the truth, right? And that's what Karen's going to do with the civil case. We're going to try to get the truth out there. Like I said, the days of her being.
I mean, what I won't do is come on here and, you know, tell you lies. Grifter? I don't think it's really a proper term, but I mean, if that's why, you know, if that's what everybody is using as their pronoun these days, and why should I be anything?
On the defensive, those days are over.
So you said
And everything that you heard in there
Brian
was
agrees.
basically parroted. Every single word that you heard in there
Right.
was basically parroted right
Yes,
from Michael Moore,
exactly.
right from the prosecutions. They lifted it right off the prosecution's closing argument. And maybe somebody should check the tapes. Because last time I checked, those arguments were put forward in front of a jury, and the jury spoke very, very loudly. Not guilty,
Right.
and not just not guilty.
Brian
The jurors were
agrees.
asked innocent. Those claims are false, and they were proven false. And they
Thank
will be
you,
proven
Lily. I
false again.
appreciate that.
But in terms of what you just asked, should this case be resolved? We're always open to resolution.
Yep.
We'll see. We'll see. Depends on how reasonable the other side is.
Jamie,
We gotta go.
Yes.
You want to say anything? I mean, you've been sort of point person on this, or?
Well, Ellen said it all as in its perfect way. So,
Yes.
you know,
What
what
does
we're trying
Brian
to do is to make sure that Karen is well defended and that the claims that we have pursued
Brian, tell us what
for
you
her
think.
affirmatively
MC
are brought in the
Grifter.
same
Hey, not
proceeding
bad. I like it.
in the most efficient, judicious way so that her day in court
Like and
is
subscribe.
fully and fairly adjudicated.
But if you combine these cases, isn't that unfair to the O'Keefes?
Not at all. Not at all. Part of her
Not at
defense
all.
is that somebody else put her in this
well,
situation. And so that's when I said it's not your typical wrongful death action. Karen Reed is in this situation because of the behavior of others. And as Ellen said,
Mhm.
she's no longer on the defensive. She's going affirmatively.
Right.
Put all the evidence, all the
Exactly.
parties, all the claims in the same proceeding.
How did you decide on who to name in the counterclaim?
I'd love to tell you that, but it's really sort of a litigation strategy point. So unfortunately, I cannot get
Thank
into sort
you,
of discussions
Jim's
behind the
dog.
scenes.
So you do
Jonah.
prove that someone else killed John O'Keefe?
We plan to show that Karen did not.
But that's not the same as proving someone else did.
We're going to let the evidence play out. I'm not able to tell you that yet, but I can tell you that she did not.
How about, can you spell your first
What's Brian think?
last name for me?
Sure, Damon, Damon, Seligson, Seligson.
Thank you.
There you go, Damon Seligson. Interesting.
Glad you
Let's
pointed
see.
it
Let's see. Someone had a question here. Rumor has it that Nan might be
Hello,
joining the civil
everybody.
case. Any truth to that, anyone? I don't know. And I talk to Nan on a pretty regular basis. I haven't heard anything. I don't think that she's what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe like certified to be a lawyer here in the state of Massachusetts. I don't know how that works. So I don't know.
Yeah, certified, I guess. Allowed, pro-hawked,
If she comes on the Monday show, maybe we can ask that question. But I haven't
licensed, maybe.
heard anything. So I haven't heard anything yet about that. Kathy says O'Keefe's are
When
stupid
we woke up this morning, she didn't say a word about it. So I don't think so.
to drop this bullshit case. Yeah, we're going to get into that, and we're going to get into, all the possibilities, and we're going to play a little bit of testimony tonight as well. And I think this is going to be a great presentation. So let's do this. Let's get into my presentation that I put.
Hey, you watch. You can't be doing that, man. I mean, all right. You can use that if you'll let me do this. I mean, but it doesn't. They're different because that's trade. I'm kidding. It's not trademark, but go ahead.
Together here and go through this and talk about the difference between the civil and the criminal trial, the criminal and civil trial. So I call this kind of like falling to pieces. This whole thing is just going to fall by the wayside. And I said this the other night. I think the O'Keefes, in my opinion, are going to get their asses handed to them again. They're going to get their asses handed to them. Karen went through 2 criminal trials, and then in the second trial, absolutely, completely acquitted of killing former Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Okay, scientifically proven and factually proven.
Hold on. It wasn't really factually proven. I mean, it was proven in a court of law.
Innocent. Okay, and now you're going to bring
And not
into
that
this
I
civil
did.
trial.
I mean,
and try to replay that same game
tend to
again. But I'm
agree
going to
with
tell
him,
you,
but
civil trials open up so much more discovery. So, my question is, and what I've always said, O'Keefe's, are you ready? You better be ready, because this doesn't exclude you either. This is going to open up
Peg will beat the shit out of you, dude. And don't let her find you.
opportunities for all of your information. It's all going to get pulled into the civil trial. So let's get into it here. So we have the key difference
Let's
between
get
a
into it,
criminal and
everybody.
civil discovery.
Thanks
So
for
in a criminal
showing up.
trial,
Like and
discovery is
subscribe.
limited
Please
by the
watch all my
prosecution's
videos.
duty to disclose exculpatory evidence, and that's the Brady Giglio, and by Rule 14 of mass criminal procedure. Many documents and witnesses were shielded by prosecutorial discretion, claims of irrelevance, or ongoing investigations.
Right. Don't try to say those words, man. Just kind of, just talk to me like I'm 5.
How many times did we hear that? What did they do? They hid x-rays of John O'Keefe that we didn't hear until way into the second trial. There were text messages that were by Michael Proctor that were very limited on a scope. There were communications between the McAlberts and all the information that they had.
Where did you learn about this? I mean, I think he's got inside information
that were very limited in this trial. That all goes away. It's all open now. It's all going to be fair game. So in a civil trial, the parties, John Reed versus the...
for anybody sending super chats and super stickers, believe me, I love you and appreciate you. However, until this thing is straightened out with AdSense, can you maybe consider the above Venmo and bottom rolling links there, or whatever that is, until it's straightened out, because there's some kind of problem, but I can't reach support.
Reed versus O'Keefe, the state and others can be interrogatories, requests for production, depositions, and subpoenas. That's it. When you're called for a deposition, you've got to sit down and answer the questions. You don't have the protection of a corrupt
if you give
DA
memberships,
anymore.
it's
it
the
is
same
all
thing.
on the table.
All
And I'm
goes
telling
into
you,
the same
I
Google
wouldn't even be
thing.
surprised if testimony
Just
from the
until this
criminal
is
trial is
straightened out.
brought up and played in the civil trials.
If anybody
I wouldn't
knows
be
how to read
surprised.
Google
oh,
support
really?
or
That's what you said?
AdSense,
Well, in the criminal trial,
I've
here you
tried.
go. Anything reasonably calculated to lead to
It's been
admissible
you in
evidence
circles.
is discoverable, and even if it wouldn't be admissible in a criminal case. Okay, let's go to slide 2. So what discovery can surface in a civil trial? Depositions under oath. Expect sworn depositions from all central figures: Brian Albert, Jennifer McCabe, Matt McCabe, Chris Albert, and etc. The state police investigators, you have Proctor,
Excedrin for headaches, but this is Excedra.
Ukaki, Grano, and others, Tully, and others that have been involved. We have federal and state law.
You guys can't hear me when I say something over the video. That's a StreamYard thing. I'm sorry. I'll make sure to stop.
Enforcement liaisons and Canton's first responders. Unlike in a criminal trial, defense attorneys in the civil case can ask open-ended, probing questions, and invasive or contradictory answers will be locked into the...
Yeah, here's the thing, man. Everybody believes that the depositions are going to bring absolute truth to everything. Has anybody seen civil depositions before? People still say, I can't remember, or I don't know, or I don't recall. And it's not like they can hold you at gunpoint into the corner until the end of the day and be like, if you don't, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's no objections and stuff like that. So they'll be like, objection, assuming facts not in evidence. And they'll be like, cool. Go ahead, you can answer the question. Things like that happen. So, but all of this, I guess it would be misinformation. I mean, yeah, you can depose people and you can't criminally in Massachusetts, and you can get a lot more discovery, and that is all true. But still, if you're at a deposition and you want to be evasive, you can still be evasive. They can't kill you for it or make you do it. So it's not necessarily as, or else it would, if that were true, wouldn't they rather get you on a criminal charge than civil?
A record, into the record. Mary says it should be, especially where the testimony shows that they lied and evidence was destroyed. 100%, Mary. 100%. 100%. 100%. So all those little things that you lied about, all those little things that you did to hide what went on that night is all going to be brought into this.
It's not true. It's not. I mean, that's ridiculous, man.
And that's why I said in the very beginning of this, are you ready? Are you ready for it? Are you prepared? These are some of the most brazen people
I feel like I am,
that I've ever seen in my entire life to go forward with
me.
this civil case, this civil trial. Because they're going to be open for it too. Paul, Peggy, all of them.
Right. Stop yelling at me.
Because Karen's going to countersue. So get ready, because your phones are going to be extracted too. And if there is communication, they're going to show all those communications between Jennifer McCabe.
Yeah. But,
if she's having any communication with John.
It's not really how it works.
With Peggy, it's all going to be there. It's all going to be there.
Right,
not going to happen. Not going to be shielded by a corrupt DA anymore. It's all going to be on the table. All right. So what's open? So we have phone, text messages, digital records. We have a broader subpoena for now: cell phone extractions and deleted text recoveries. Oh, and that is Jennifer McCabe. Miss, I'll delete everything. Google location history, social media activity, and messaging apps. It opens this thing right here to
Brian. Stop shaking that in my face.
Everything. They're going to go meticulously through these phones. So that's why I keep saying, and keep this in the back of your head. Keep this in the back of your head.
What about?
Are you ready? Are you ready? That's kind of the theme of the show tonight. So the civil court can compel services provided directly, not just filter records chosen by the prosecutors. So you have internal police and DA documents. Discovery can force exposure of internal and fair records, misconduct and discipline in investigating officers. Oh, and whose name comes to mind when we say that? Who is in an internal affairs investigation of?
I'm just going to take a guess. Wayne Newton.
Misconduct in disciplining investigating officers. Whose name comes to mind in that? Say it in the chat. Let me know.
Well, I mean, he just asked you. I don't feel like that's a hard question, but
whose name comes to mind in that? So you have email chains, memos, and communications between Norfolk DA's office and MSP, and we saw some of that already with the leaked emails from. That's right, Bob. We've seen those leaked emails so far, and the way that they talked about Karen in this case. Joy says, "Oh, let me guess, Proctor." Exactly, exactly. Kelly's got it. She knows. Proctor.
Guy. Good informed chat right there, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we'll even get Sarah in there too. Why not, right?
No, he's Sarah alone. He doesn't want to do anything.
Oh, I like this. Juju B says, LTL stands lots of love. It's Let's Talk Live, but I'll take lots of love as well too. And then so now we go on to budget investigation costs, and we've already heard most about that already. That's gone out from the public. Who authorized what and when? All right, let's move on. Is everybody still with me here? How are they liking this so far? So now you're looking at the medical and forensic expert testimony, and we're probably gonna see a lot of the same players on both sides.
Why though? Why would what do you mean the same players from the same set of circumstances? How would that be?
Came in, and it's gonna cost, and that's what I said. The O'Keefe's, get ready, because this is gonna.
If you tell me to get ready one more time, I'm gonna call you and.
Cost you a lot of money. A lot of money. You might have to hire some of these experts to come back in and testify on your civil trial. People that were used for the prosecution, people that were used in the defense.
What? Okay, so what you're telling me is some of the same people that were in the criminal trial are, also going to be, within the civil trial. I mean, I think that's what he's saying.
So be ready, get ready. So you have full access to autopsy files, toxicology, pathology reports, and cross-examination of the state and independent experts. You get everything.
Get up, get ready. It's time for rough.
You get all the medical records. You're going to get all the pathology reports. Oh, and look at that. Cross-examination of the state and independent experts. So number 5, you have civil subpoenas for third parties. That's the bar staff, the neighbors, Canton officials, and even media and insurance entities that can be compelled to turn over records. Institutions like Verizon and Apple will have to turn over the.
Apple ain't turning over shit, bro.
The data. They will have to turn over the data. So no more hiding. No more hiding the phone.
Yeah, Apple's going to give up their source code just for this trial.
Limiting the scope in the civil trial like they did in the criminal trial. All these phones, and that again, it's the most
Stop
beautiful,
holding up your phone.
powerful thing that we have in our hand is our phone, but it can be turned against us in about 10 seconds flat as one of the most strongest weapons of evidence. Okay, and that's all going to come into play here. Let's see. Hang on one second. Sandy, thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo. She says, Brian, I'm an old lady in New Hampshire and I miss you being on more often. We need you. Oh, I appreciate that. Like I said, I've been trying to work back and get back on a regular. So, okay. So let's move on here. And thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you want to support me, you can. You can super chat. You can send a Venmo if you want something to stand out. Like I said, super chat there in the chat. We'll pull it up. If you want to send me a Venmo or a Cash App, you can click on the link above that's attached to my chat, and you can support me in any way there. So why does this all matter? So civil discovery doesn't just revisit the criminal record. It widens the scope. Okay. People who avoided testifying in criminal trial to certain things may now face compelled during depositions. The quote, backstage communications, text messages, emails, drafts of reports are far more likely to be exposed. All that butt dial and text messaging and all that shit, you're going to see it all in the civil trial. So in short, expect a much larger universe of documents and testimony in a civil trial, especially when people inside the house that night and from law enforcement. It could also reveal contradictions, suppress details, and potential misconduct that the criminal trial never reached. It's all on the table. It's all on the table. All right, let's move on.
It's on the table. It doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Sorry, it's very dry.
Yeah, it's very dry, isn't it? I mean, this was September, so it's probably not that bad.
House today.
Oh, it's house?
So you have the criminal versus...
I thought he had a Oh, is this between studios? It's between studios.
Also reveal contradictions, suppress details, and potential misconduct. All on the table. All right, let's move on. Sorry, it's very dry in my house today. So you have the criminal versus civil discovery in the Karen Reed case. So we'll look at criminal first. Criminal trial, what we got and what we didn't get. What was allowed.
I'm glad he's
Criminal
covering this because, I mean, you know, he's breaking it down.
Under Rule 14, exculpatory evidence only under Brady Giglio. Witness list tightened, controlled by prosecution, and select digital data, text calls that were filtered by the DA and Mass State Police. What was blocked? Internal police in DA emails and memos. We eventually got some of that. We saw most of that, and we'll probably get more. Broader cell phone extractions, deleted recovered.
This is an AI result.
Covered messages, internal affairs, misconduct files, depositions under oath of key witnesses, the Alberts, the McCabe family, and officers that were involved in this case. Someone up here said earlier about be kind. Thank you so much. This is so informative, Brian. Thank you for doing this. I mean, this is the stuff that I think about. You know, like I sit and think and I go, okay, can I put this presentation together and kind of just break this down in layman terms?
He's just, you know what I mean? He's, you know, an eccentric intellectual. He just, you know, he sits there, kind of meditates. It comes to him. He goes to his computer and kind of goes into a meditative state, and boom, presentation. How do I do it? I don't know. I mean, don't ask me. You're asking me to give up my,
you know, because sometimes this is a big learning experience for me, you know, to go through this and think about it. Let's see. Did I watch the O'Keefe attorney's video on his page? He's a PI attorney, basically an ambulance user. No, I haven't seen that.
Wow, no.
Where did you get that? Email me that. I want to see it. I'll play it tonight. I will play it tonight.
Do you know what I would do to get that? Do you know what I would do?
So if you have that, Joy, just email me there at letstalklivepodcast@gmail.com. I want to see that.
Hey, that's
I have
Joy.
not seen
I
that.
think we
Here's my
know
email
her.
address,
This was
Joy. If you can
many
send that
months
over,
ago,
I'll pull it
a
up
few
tonight
months ago.
and we'll take a look at it. Yeah, and here's another good point. Jermaine says all the discrepancies between the grand jury testimony and their testimony in the trials. That's another good point in this too.
Lord.
Oh, thank you, Joy. Yeah, let's pull that up. Let's see.
Pull up, dude.
Okay, so let's move on here. So in the civil trial, what will we likely see? So what is now possible? Depositions under oath of Brian Albert, Jennifer McCabe, Mass State Police investigators, Canton first responders. We're going to have full digital records, phone extractions, which is the ultimate most important thing here. Like I said.
Why though? We saw how good it did. And I get it. You know, everybody thinks that
this thing is one of the most beautiful things that we can have in our hand, but can be turned against us as one of the biggest weapons. If you are involved in any criminal activity, they will find you and they will find it on your phone. Adam Tipo Legal in the room. What's up,
the
Adam?
stuff
Good to
that they
see
want
you. Very, very good to see you.
admit in the evidence,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. Digital forensics.
Digital
No more
forensics.
hiding. No more
Wait, hold-
selection.
Brian, stop yelling at me. It's okay. We can do this.
From Mass State Police. No more selection by corrupt DA Michael Morsi. We get it all. And that's why I say, go back to my initial theme when I started this stream. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Because
Brian, if you ask me if I'm ready one more time, I'm going to readily jump to the screen and take you to Dairy Queen or something.
They're going to bring it, and they're going to want all of it. All of the information is what I mean. So you have full digital records, phone extractions, Google location, social media, and deleted texts. You have internal documents, emails, budget logs, investigative notes, and IA reports. Third-party subpoenas like Verizon, Apple, Ring, Amazon, bar staff, and neighbors. Oh, interesting.
Ooh, Brian, what do you got there? What do we have?
How about we talk about that
You
video
wag
camera
your finger at me, dude.
that was across the street that just didn't happen to work that night.
Hold on.
Right?
Love that.
It didn't happen. Just didn't happen in deleted texts. You have internal documents, emails, budget logs, investigative notes, and IA reports. Third-party subpoenas like Verizon, Apple, Ring, Amazon, bar staff. Maybe we get some more questions about that. Expanded forensics, all autopsy files, toxicology, pathology reports, cross-examination by both sides. So why does this all matter? Civil standard equals a much broader net reasonably calculated to lead to admissible evidence. No DA chokehold on what comes out. So Michael Morsi cannot put his greasy fucking fingerprints and hands all over this and control the narrative.
I'm trying to keep this stream alive, man.
It's all going to come out. You have contradictions plus suppressed details more likely to surface, and it forces people who avoided testifying to certain things to speak under oath. To speak under oath.
Okay.
All right. So the bottom line is this.
Comes the bottom line.
You have the criminal case that was DA controlled, tight scope, many unanswered questions. And you had the civil case that opened subpoenas, depositions, and documents, and it equals potential to expose contradictions, misconduct, and hidden evidence. Okay.
The civil trial is going to bring out everything that we want to know. Absolutely 100%.
So now let's take a look at Brian Albert. So the risk in a civil trial discovery, Brian Albert. Deposition at risk. He can't dodge direct questioning about what happened in his house, who was present, what he saw or heard, and what was said after O'Keefe's body was found.
Yeah, let me ask you this. First of all, if he just says, I don't recall, or he lies, then what? You can have him hooked up to a cattle prod or something? I mean, it's not how it goes.
His civil liability, if evidence shows that John O'Keefe was injured inside his home, and we all know that it happened, but I just have to talk about it this way. Albert could face liability for wrongful death or negligence. Now remember, Karen is suing, bringing the Mass State about it this way. Albert could face liability for wrongful death or negligence. Now remember, Karen is suing, bringing the Mass State Police investigators that was all involved in this case, along with the McAlberts in this well. Failure to call 911 and concealment. So we have credibility issues. All contradiction with prior testimony or refusal to testify in the criminal case locks him into the credibility trap.
No, there is no credibility trap. You answer questions, you can lie, you can say, I don't recall. And they don't hold you at gunpoint. It's just not a
Love
thing,
this.
Man.
I love this. It's all going to come down. So we can't see this shit anymore.
What?
We can't see this shit anymore. And I'm going to play some of the testimony from the first trial.
Higgins and you worked with John O'Keefe. That's fair to say.
Yes.
On Friday, you were asked whether or not you knew my client, Karen Reed, correct? This meeting a couple days ago during your direct examination.
I believe so, yes.
You were also asked the same series of
Are
questions
you ready?
at another grand jury not involving the Commonwealth. You remember that in June of 2023?
Yes.
I want to be clear about this other
I wish I did. I would have welcomed him with open arms.
hearing. That was a non-Commonwealth hearing in front of the grand jury, correct?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Lally and his colleagues were not there. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
I was not there. Mr. Yannetti was not there.
Yes.
Or Miss Little.
Right.
Okay. At that June 20.
Brian Albert's like, if I could grab your head and put it into the palm of my hands, I would squish you like a grape.
2023, and I'm going to talk about a couple of dates, so I don't want to be confusing. At that June 2023 non-Commonwealth hearing, you were asked some questions about whether or not you knew Karen Reed before January 28th, 2022.
I believe so.
Question.
I believe so, yes.
And you testified, but before you testified, you were sworn an oath.
Yes.
Yes.
Same oath that you swore in this trial, correct?
Yes.
Swore to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And you knew that you were testifying under penalty of perjury in that
Yeah.
hearing as well, correct?
Yes.
And you testified at that non-Commonwealth grand jury that you, quote, believe Karen was with John the night he came into Hillside. A female that looked similar to Karen from the waterfall came in with him on that night. And I assume that was her, but I can't say for sure. End quote. That was your testimony before that grand jury.
Yes.
Yes.
And all
But
this
you were
testimony is
also
going to come in as well, too.
Asked a
Grand
similar
jury.
question in April of 2022 by Mr. Lally at his grand jury. You remember that?
No.
No.
Let's start at the beginning. Before you testified in the April 2022 grand jury, more than a year earlier, and just 3 months after this incident, you were sworn an oath, correct?
Yes.
Same oath that you took in June of 2023, right?
Yes.
And the same oath
Brian's getting amped up.
you took on Friday.
So weird seeing Alan without a beard.
Is it true that you were asked the question whether or not you knew Karen Reed on January 28th, 2022, and you
Oh
testified,
yeah, I got
quote,
a channel.
I've never met or seen her before,
I
end
do.
quote.
No, I don't recall that.
Some stuff
Did
on
you
it, but
indicate
thanks
that you
for coming.
just testified, I'm sorry, that you reviewed your grand jury testimony in anticipation for this trial?
Yes.
You read the whole thing,
Yes.
and you don't recall making that statement?
No.
No.
Yeah, Coach Young?
Yes, and I'll see Councilor Tybar when you leave that with the witness.
Hell, you will, lady.
And here's Auntie Bev going to step in and start suppressing a bunch of things.
Sure.
Yes.
And this time they won't have this protection. They won't.
I don't. What? This protection. Wait. What happened? Wait. All right. I hit the volume thing. Sorry.
Answer the tough questions. I'm going to speed up a little bit here. Let's go a little bit here.
Yeah, Coach Young?
Yes.
Chuck, you had an opportunity to do that?
I have. Thank you.
Yep, exactly. Gatekeeping. Yep.
Does that refresh your recollections to what you said before
Is that
the grand jury in April of 2022?
Yes, but you didn't read the whole. You didn't read the whole quote though.
The whole quote is the following. Question. So the female you had never met before.
You
Is
joined.
that fair to say? Answer.
Thanks, Brad.
No. I've never met her or seen her before. Period.
Yes.
Maybe once, but I don't think I've ever
Did
had
you
a
read the whole
conversation with her.
sentence?
That was the entire quote, correct?
That's the entire quote. Yes, that's not what you read earlier, but yes.
Well, what I read earlier was I've never met or seen her before. Those words came out of your mouth, correct?
Yeah, that was the whole
That's not
sentence.
my whole sentence. No.
You said I've never met or seen her before, and then you said maybe once, but I've never had a conversation with her, I don't think.
Yeah.
Right. That's my sentence.
Yes.
Okay, so which is it, Mr. Albert? What were you saying? Were you
It's
saying
both.
you met her and had a conversation with her? Or were you saying I've never met or seen her before? Which one of those two things was
You
true?
read
I
the
was
whole
saying that I met her maybe once.
Actually, what you said was I've never met her or seen her before. Your words, not my words, sir. Isn't that right?
No, because in the next sentence I say I met her maybe once.
So you literally changed your testimony within your own testimony.
Objection.
No, can you answer that, Mr. Albert?
I believe I qualified my first sentence with a second sentence.
So what changed between the first sentence where you indicated
The time.
unequivocally, I've never met or seen her before, and the second sentence when you said maybe once?
I'm not sure what I was thinking at the time that I said that.
Isn't it true, Mr. Albert, not only had you met Miss Reed, but you had spent several hours with Karen Reed and John O'Keefe 6 days before this incident? Isn't that true?
No.
Joy, can you do me a favor? Because for some reason my Outlook won't open on my computer. If you have Instagram, could you just send it in an Instagram message?
Brian, can you stop asking people to do stuff, even though I do it sometimes?
To me, and that way I'll be able to get the link. We're not going to play too much more of this because I want to get back to the presentation, but
Come on.
I just want to show you that, you know, all of the bending the truth and lying, you won't have that protection anymore, Brian Albert.
How
You won't have-
listen? How does a civil proceeding? How would a civil proceeding force the absolute truth. It doesn't. I mean, I don't. It's weird that people think this, man. Depositions, yeah, you can like, and there's no objections, and there's more discovery. But to think that people can't lie is wild to me. I don't get it.
You won't have to. You have to answer these tough questions.
Back on January 22nd.
What about if the answer is I don't recall or it's a lie? There's no like remedy to that.
2022, 6 days before January
No
28th.
lie. Yeah.
You socialized with Karen Reed at the Hillside Bar.
If civil trials or civil cases were truth serum, we would get whatever that thing is and then like apply it to all the people in ways that we need the truth from people. It just doesn't make sense to me.
For several hours, didn't you?
I was at the Hillside Bar the week prior. Yes.
Yes.
It was a Saturday night, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
You were at the bar.
Yes.
Several other folks at the bar, correct?
Several people. Yes.
That included Chris Albert, your brother.
Yes.
A guy named Tim Daly.
Yes.
Daily, is that right?
I'm not sure how to spell his last name.
Tim Daly from Wings. Remember that guy? That was a cool show.
Albert was there.
Yes.
Jen McCabe was there.
Yes.
Matt McCabe was there.
Yes.
John O'Keefe was there.
Yes, he was.
And Karen Reed was there. Correct?
Yes, she was.
Yes.
In fact,
Yes.
I'd like you to take a look
Does that refresh your recollection, sir?
at the photograph. Just look at that to yourself for a second. Tell me if you're familiar.
But like, let's say, you know, I mean, I don't want to back it up. But like Jackson says, you spent several hours with her or many hours with her. And he says, no. Oh, I mean, what's your definition of several or many and stuff like that? So that's, you know.
Yourself with it and then look up when you're ready.
Yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
Actually, I don't need to. Mr. Albert, you can stay there. Do you recognize the photograph that's before you?
Yes.
How do you recognize it?
Well, I recognize the people within the
I
photograph.
have it on
and the
my
background
wall.
of the photograph looks like the hillside.
That appeared to be a photograph that was taken on
Low comps at the Hillside, everybody.
January 22nd, 2022.
Yes.
You were at the Hillside Bar?
Yes.
May I publish this now?
Okay. Is it already in evidence or you?
No, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
So
Wings was either Martha's Vineyard or Nantucket. I can't remember.
you put it in evidence first and then you
I
publish
have
it.
that marked as next in order.
Yes.
And then
Exhibit 67.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I've only done it for 2 days.
permission to publish on it?
Yes.
Watch a little
See
bit
that
more. And then we'll
photograph,
get back to my
the same
presentation.
photograph that you're looking at in front of you?
Yes.
Get back to my presentation in a
From
minute.
left to right, sir.
Chris Albert, myself, John O'Keefe, and Tim Daly.
And
Tim Daly from Wings.
this was on January 22nd, 2022, at about 11 p.m., correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think it's
John.
Nantucket.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mr. Albert, who took the photo?
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Karen Reed took the photo, didn't she?
Yeah.
I have no idea who took that photo.
Yeah.
Karen Reed took the photo.
In a civil deposition, everybody, or a civil trial, we'll get the truth out of them about this. Wow.
But you're literally staring right at her, correct?
I don't know who took the photo.
Well, who else do you think it could be?
Well, there are a lot of people there. You mentioned my sister, 2 sister-in-laws, a brother-in-law. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It could have been a bartender.
We can turn the lights back on, please, and take the photo down.
We won't have this protection anymore
Yes, you will.
in a civil trial.
Did you ever see this photo from Jim McCabe?
What are they going to do? Beat him
No.
up?
Did you ever see it from Julie Albert?
No.
Chris Albert didn't take it. He's in it.
Right.
Tim didn't take it. He's in it.
Right.
You obviously didn't take it.
Right.
And who's the guy on the far right?
Tim.
That was Tim. Who's the guy next to Tim?
John. Right.
So who do you think?
Do you still need the photo up? I'm sorry. I thought you were done with it.
Do you remember?
Yeah, it was John. Yeah.
He's sweating
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
I don't need to know.
Okay.
So given the fact that you were never shown that photo, you never seen.
Thank you so much, Lily, for the Cash App. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much for everybody being here. A pretty good crowd tonight on a Sunday evening. Absolutely miserable outside here on Cape Cod. Let's keep watching Brian, and crying Brian, and I'll throw you on my lawn, Brian.
I saw
Thank you,
a
Lily.
photo that was sent to me in Discovery or to my attorney that showed only, I believe, me and John in the picture. I think it's the same photo, only that's blown up to show everybody.
So, given what you now know about that night, who was there?
Thank you for the Venmo. You know who you are.
Right next to
Oh,
you.
shit, hold
You
on.
can't take the photo, sir.
Thank you for the Venmo. You know who you are. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys. Come on in, everybody. The Bryans are warm.
No idea who took the photo.
Could it have been Karen Reed?
Objection.
Sustained. Let's move along from
In
now,
fact,
please.
See, this protection, that protection will not be there anymore.
Yeah,
The
it will.
Objection sustained. Let's move on from this. That won't happen
Yes,
in the civil trial. They're going to have to answer to this.
No, they
All right,
won't.
let's pull let's see. Joy, no
Why do
problem.
you
I'll
think
find
that?
it at another time
Stop
and pull
saying.
it up when I do another one of these.
Stop.
But thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's go back to my presentation here. So we had Brian Albert. Now we have to look at, the one
Dun,
and
dun,
only
dun.
Jennifer Jen McCabe. So we have cell phone and
we get
deletion
what
risk,
Jen means.
subpoenas for Google searches, deleted text, and full extractions could be expose the discrepancies about her timeline. The Hoslong to die in cold. Okay. Yes, I'm getting ready for those depositions as well. And I want to see the Jennifer McCabe
Brian, you won't be there.
deposition. So she's going to have
You're not
deposition
a-
pressure.
you're not
Civil attorney can grill
invited.
her on inconsistencies between her criminal testimony.
She can still say, I don't recall. It was a butt dial. She can say all the same shit. And they can bring in Ian Whiffen if they want. And they can say, Governor, we changed the two. And it's no longer there no more. And I drove my car and went up and down stairs when I went over hills. Can still do all that shit.
Police interviews, and phone records. And then you have the credibility fallout. If she's caught lying or evading, it damages not only her case, but her entire defense narrative. Okay? Jen is not going to have the protection anymore. Let's listen to a little bit of her testimony.
Still don't think she can't lie, dude. I mean, what world do we live in? I don't
From the
get
first trial.
Karen was screaming. My hands were shaking. And she was saying, Google hypothermia. How long does it take to die in the cold?
And what phrase?
I'm glad she got her tooth fixed, man, because that thing was just throwing me off in the first trial.
Did you put in your phone? I'm just asking you to say it.
Why don't you show me it?
You
Why don't you? Okay.
literally don't remember?
Again, she was screaming, Google hypothermia. How long does it take to die in the cold?
How about?
And I picked up my phone and I started Googling.
And you literally, to this day, right now, under oath, you're saying you don't remember that phrase. That you.
I think Brian's about to say that this is never going to happen, and Jen's going to have to tell the truth.
Objection.
I'll allow
Why don't you show me the
I'm
tooth?
saying
Oh
that
my
at her
Do you remember it or do you not?
Tremendous.
That's a simple question.
that morning, I don't
Diane
remember
G
specifically
wins
what
the,
I Googled, but I do know what you've put out to the social
wins the
media.
How about
internet
this?
for now.
Hoslong to die in cold. Does that sound familiar?
You guys
Yeah,
can
it's been
hear me when
everywhere.
I talk over the video, right? Diane G says, "Why don't you show me the tooth?" Diane's the winner.
Does that sound so familiar?
Because you put it out in social media.
Well, I haven't put anything out in social media because
Googled
I
it.
don't personally have social media.
I'm sorry, Turtle Boy did.
So if the world
You better watch your mouth, lady. It's turtle dove to you.
happens to know it,
Mhm.
that's not on me.
I guess not.
I guess not. Hoslong to die in cold is what you put in to the Google search, right?
If you say so.
Is there a reason that you
If you say so.
don't want to admit to that?
Absolutely not.
It's a simple question, right?
It's
No
on
reason.
your phone.
So say it.
Brian,
What
shut
Google
up.
search did you use?
Objection.
Sustained.
It's on your phone.
Brian, can you stop? It's a legal proceeding.
You were seeking at some point to Google how long to die in the cold, correct?
Correct.
And you made a mistake and mistakenly typed Hoslong to die in cold, correct?
How do you know I don't like hosses?
You could show me it. I'd appreciate it.
I'll show you something. Forget it. I feel like he did too much of a favor when he was showing her stuff. He doesn't have to do that. You can say, do you deny it? And if she denies it, then you can, go from there. But he showed her too much stuff.
Later, Google searched.
But
Let me pause this real quick and answer. In Massachusetts, depositions are
by the
not
way, I'm a tremendous lawyer, so I know.
automatically made public. As part of a pretrial discovery process, they are conducted privately and do not become part of the public record unless they are officially filed out after a trial is.
Well, I think this is before Bri knew that this would be in federal court, or some of it would be in federal court. I kind of don't care about this.
Is settled, but they may use some of that in the court if they're filed. When depositions may become public, filed with the court, deposition transcripts and recordings become public if it is submitted to the court as evidence for a motion during the trial. Like I said, if there's specific pieces of the deposition that are brought into the civil trial.
Brian's a legal analyst, by the way.
It can be made public and be put on the record. So since most court documents are public in Massachusetts, filing depositions placed in it in the public domain, no filing or public access. In cases that are settled before trial or where the deposition is not used in court, the transcript remains a private document shared only among the parties involved. So that is the part about depositions.
Thanks.
And if to be said, so I mean, there could be portions that get brought in and played during the trial. Here we go. Let's listen to Jen a little bit more.
Right. Jesus.
Exactly, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you. While she looks at that, Mr. Jackson, can we bring our clerk back upstairs?
No.
Of course, yes. I think we're actually.
Thank you very much. Can you text Jim?
A Celebrite extraction from your phone.
It does.
Okay. May I have that back? I'm sorry, may I approach?
Yes.
May I have that back for a second? Did you see the actual search phrase? Is
Yes.
that now refresh your recollection?
Yes.
I'd like to have this marked as next in order.
Is there an objection, Mr. Lally?
No, Your Honor.
Is there an objection, Mr. Lally? So ridiculous.
Lucy, if Jen put her hand on the Bible, it would burn.
May I?
Yes. Is that, Madam Court Reporter?
Thank you.
Move to publish this, Your Honor.
Take it easy.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This is the moment.
Here
The
we
moment that
go.
everybody was waiting for. I love it.
I bet you guys never seen this
And
before.
this shit will all come in the civil trial. No more hiding.
That's not true.
She's going to have to answer these
Does
questions.
this appear to be the document that was just marked?
No
as
more protection.
99?
Truthfully?
I know it's a little bit small. This is some, you see this column,
Yes.
third column from the, actually the fourth column from the left, on some dates, some data, and then a Google search, correct?
Correct.
What does that Google search say?
Yes, you can plead the fifth in a
House
civil.
long to die in cold.
Brian just said you could plead the fifth in a civil trial as to not incriminate yourself. So I guess it's not the surefire way to get the truth out of people. Who knew?
Now, you indicate that you did that, you made that search at 6:23 a.m., correct?
Correct.
And then you indicated that you did it again thereafter at 6:24, correct?
Correct.
At 6:24, you misspelled the phrase and you spelled it as follows: how long T.I. die in C.I.K.D.,
Brian went to Nanford School of Law.
correct?
Correct.
Now you claim that those two searches were at 6:23 and 6:24 a.m. respectively, correct?
Objection.
Phrase it differently.
Sure.
No
You
more
indicated
protection.
Under direct examination that these two searches were at 6:23 and 6:24 a.m., right?
I don't know if I gave exact times, but I said it was in the morning and Karen had asked me to do it.
And you, exactly. You claimed that you searched it because Karen was screaming at you and yelling at you, Google hypothermia, and you Googled how long does it take for a person to die? I'm sorry, she said something like, how long does it take for a person to die of hypothermia? You Google searched it at
Yeah,
6:23
Nanford School
and
of Law.
6:24. Is that right?
I still talk about, and I talked about this
Right.
through the case.
There could be a
That is
negative
some of the
inference,
most
but
preposterous shit that I've ever heard anybody made up.
Wait, hold on. I didn't hear. I'm always answering something.
You're in a completely frantic moment. You're a girlfriend of your.
I'm on the wrong thing. I'm on his thing.
At you, Google hypothermia, and you Googled how long does it take for a person to die? I'm sorry, she said something like, how long does it take for a person to die of hypothermia? You Google searched it at 6:23 and 6:24. Is that right?
I still talk about, and I talked about this through the case. That is some of the most preposterous shit that I've ever heard anybody made up. You're in a completely frantic moment. You're a girlfriend of your boyfriend that you've just now found on the front lawn of someone's house that you dropped them off at. There's no one in their fucking clear mind that would look at someone in that moment and go, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you Google how long does it take?
Yeah, but Brian, they weren't girlfriends, as you say. They barely knew each other. So
someone to die in the cold? That absolutely makes zero sense, because that would be
well,
one of the
especially when you know the answer, right?
Furthest thing from my mind to start thinking about at that point. My natural reaction, just like Karen's natural.
I mean, you know, so when they're saying that just about the time that John was being taken away, why would you need to know then? Even at that time, 6 whatever in the morning, it's still super weird that you would be doing that. And, you know, putting it on like Karen Reed, like she asked you to do it. I mean, come on, lady.
Reaction was to get out of that truck and run to John to save his life. I don't think in any moment that she took pause and went, oh, I wonder how long it takes for someone to die in the cold. Can you Google that for me? That doesn't mean any.
Brian, I don't really like that characterization of a female. Be more respectful, please.
Make any sense at all. That was the furthest thought from Karen's mind at that point.
Oh, well,
exactly, Joy. 100%. No person would do that. It is preposterous. Yeah, and exactly. Hypothermia means low body temperature, not death. Whitey's ghost says exactly. Mary says,
well, Whitey's ghost would know. I mean, he's been there.
How long have you been lying?
Oh.
I mean, there's no way. There is no way. All right, let's play a little bit more of the line.
I'm not sure about the exact times. I just did it after Karen asked me to do it.
Would you quarrel with the idea that those were about 30 seconds apart?
Okay.
Okay.
And you're aware.
That's not an answer. Okay.
Ms. McCabe.
Is that yes?
That both spellings, both misspellings of that phrase result in the exact same search results from it.
I'm not aware of that, no.
You Google them, ma'am.
I love that.
You Google it. How long to die in cold?
I love that.
How long to die in CIK?
I love that.
Both of those. You Google them, right?
I did, yes.
And they result.
Brian says yes.
In the exact
Your girlfriend
same
of a boy.
search results.
Sure did.
I have no idea.
So my question to you is, why the 2 searches?
She was standing next to me screaming, shaking my hand. My hand was cold. I was trying to Google it. Obviously, maybe whatever came up first didn't make sense because
Brian doesn't believe it, by the way.
I had some misspellings, so I did it again.
So long to die in cold results in articles concerning dying of exposure.
We never got the chance.
You can plead the 5th in any, I guess, civil proceeding you want. I guess, yes, they, okay, so in other words, when you're in a criminal trial, you can plead the 5th and it's not supposed to be held against you, or there could be some kind of instruction. Or like, say, when Turtle Dove did it in the Karen Reed trial, they didn't even tell the jury, I don't believe. And even if they did know, you can't hold it against them. In a civil trial, it's different. They can get a negative inference from you taking the 5th, but also you can take the 5th and not incriminate yourself. So therefore, you know, what is more severe to the person that's taking the 5th? Why are they taking the 5th? Because maybe they don't want to say something that could lead to something down the road. I'll trade the negative inference for, you know, incrimination.
Read it.
As far as
Wait
I
a
know,
minute here.
I mean, I'm not Nan, right? So
I want to see something. Let's just do a little experiment here.
Okay.
So she said that she typed number 3 first, and she got articles that didn't correspond to what she was looking for. So I'm going to Google it right now. Just exactly the way that she spelled
it. Don't put that on.
Let's see what kind of articles come up. So we have how long
Don't put that
How
on
does she spell
yourself,
two?
Brian.
T-I. Die. In.
Kids old.
C-K. She spelled C-K. C-I-K-D. C-I.
She's a good speller.
K-D. I want to go back and listen to what she said.
All right, Brian.
Let's go back.
Google it.
Move on.
Misspellings. So I did.
Okay, so I just Googled it, and the first article that comes up by eMedicine Health, and again, this is a couple of years ago, so I'm sure the search has changed.
The first result that came up said, quote, let me guess, you're watching the Karen Reed trial.
Changed, but emedicinehealth.com, how long does it take to die from hypothermia? That is the first article that comes up, typing it the way that she typed it at first. How long TI die in CIKD? So Google is smart enough to realize the conjecture that you're putting out there or what you're typing, it's understanding what you're initially trying to say, and it's guiding you towards articles.
I think we knew that, Brian. I thought you were going to tell us something different.
That would go with that language that you've typed. Okay. And again, I'm sure that the search is, but my point is, it is bringing articles up. How long does it take to die from hypothermia? How long does it take for a human to freeze to death? Googling hypothermia. Let's see, hypothermia. Here's how long it takes to freeze to death. How long does it take to get hypothermia in cold water? Those are all things that come up when you type it as how long TI die in CIKD.
Yeah,
Now,
kids
let's
old.
look at, well, now that the Google search, how long to die in cold, we'll type it that way. And it still
That brings
brings
up a
up the
different
first
result.
article that I have. How long does it take to die from hypothermia? From emedicinehealth.com. So it gives you the related, and yes, and it does show Jennifer McKay's photo because now that this has gone through and it's in the search. But her answer is bullshit. That's what I'm getting to here.
Well,
All
Brian,
right, let's play a little bit more.
we
here.
thought it was real.
So how long to die in cold
Rain in our parade like that.
results in articles concerning dying of exposure.
We never got the chance to read it.
Well, you're the one, when you say we, who's we?
Karen and myself.
Well, you're the one holding the phone, Mr. K.
Correct.
So you're looking down at your phone and you see exactly what comes up, right?
I don't remember exactly what came up.
Well, what came up was something about dying of hypothermia, didn't it?
That's what she asked.
I just proved
So
it.
why do it again?
What came up was, I bet you're watching the Karen Reed trial.
Why do it again, Ms. McKay? You had the result. Why the second
Right.
search?
I cannot answer that beyond telling you that
You're
my
on a
hands were
civil
frozen.
trial.
She was shaking me and screaming at me.
And you see the time, let me scroll up, please.
She was going
According to that
on and
summary
on
data.
as she does.
You see this first search?
Kathy with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Kathy, for kicking it off. I appreciate that. $5 says, it just hits me. Karen has never even had a minute to grieve the loss of John O'Keefe. I hope karma is real for these evildoers in what they've
Karma?
done. It's so horrific. I agree. I mean, it's just been after like trial after trial after trial after trial. Not even a moment to sit and actually enjoy your life
less
and
than
grieve and try to move past everything that's happened to you over the last couple of years. And here it is. You know, she's probably going to be wrapped up in the civil trial another 2 to 3 years at least. 2 to 3 years at least. And that's my prediction.
Yeah.
And thank you for your super chat. I appreciate that. All right, let's hear Jen do some lying.
It says hospital.
Jen do some lines?
I do.
Is that what he said? Oh, lying.
What's that time?
2:27.
You've got the, it's right over at 2:27
AM or PM?
a.m.
Ms. McCabe,
Excuse me.
All right.
you made that search at 2:27 a.m. because you knew that John O'Keefe was outside in your sister's lawn dying in the cold, didn't you?
Absolutely not. I did not make that search at that time. No.
Absolutely
The next
not. I
morning,
was looking for my
After
two.
John was discovered, after 6 a.m., that you had an incriminating search on your phone, didn't you?
Absolutely not.
To cover your tracks, you searched it again in order to overwrite the original search at 2:27, correct?
Again, absolutely not.
Why should you keep looking at the jury? Why are you looking at the jury? What are you trying to do? Influence them, convince them that you didn't do this?
Yeah.
Of course you did. It's on your phone. Black and white
Of
data
course
does
that's what
not
she's
lie.
doing.
It's there.
That's
And
what
wait
they're
till this
told to
comes up in
do.
the civil trial. Oh boy, you're gonna have a field day.
Nervous,
I'm gonna
and you split it up. So the first
wait
search you
until
made at 6:23.
when she's questioned under the civil proceedings, She's gonna have to tell the truth. No.
Was
Not
Hosslong to die in CIKD? Wasn't it?
No.
When you see the search right there, correct?
I see the
I see
search,
the
but I
search,
disagree
but
with your
doesn't mean
narrative.
And what's the time frame of that search?
6:23.
And you agree that that time frame is accurate, right?
Again, it's what the report says.
And that comports with your memory of that morning, about 6:23 in the morning, in 51 seconds.
Correct.
There's a second search.
Wouldn't you agree, Jen McCabe, that whether you Google that at 227 or 603, whatever it was, still a very strange thing to Google? And why did you agree to it?
Correct.
Compound
Correct.
question, but you
And
could have
this
broke
one-
it up.
At 6:24, it says Hosslong to die in cold. 6:24:16, correct?
Correct.
I'm sorry, 18. I was up that grade. And that comports with your memory as well.
I remember Googling it at the request of the defendant. Yes.
About 27 seconds apart, correct?
Yes.
But the reality is, your first search.
See, every time that they like added shit in, I would be like, move to strike. You know what I mean? And I know Bev wouldn't have done it, but I would have asked him anyways. It's a yes or no question. Move to strike. I don't need any extra shit.
Didn't comport with the 2:27 a.m. search. Did it? It was a different spelling, wasn't it?
I never searched a 227. That is not reality.
But the 6:24 search did exactly mirror the search that,
Right.
according to this report, took place at 2:27.
I don't know. That's what
correct?
typically
I'm
finds.
sure Celebrite will be able to explain it to you. I can't.
And then of those three searches,
That's interesting. That kind of hits differently now. Celebrite will be able to explain it to you. And, you know, we know what old Whiffy said. It's kind of, I don't know if I picked on that before.
one of them ended up deleted. Isn't that right?
I never deleted any search.
It's funny. You can't hear Alan Jackson, but you can hear
Brian.
fucking Bev's chair squeaking. That's how bad. And it's funny. Someone just said something about the audio. That's how bad the audio levels are. And it was amazing the other day when we heard the civil hearing. We can actually hear everybody. There's proper microphones
Wow.
inside that courtroom. It's crazy. All right, we're going to play a little bit more here from Jen, and then we'll go back to my presentation.
Presentation.
Look.
Everybody's using my word, man.
Top search. The column mark.
Excuse me.
What do you see?
I see a yes.
I see a yes.
Guess what? It was deleted. Yep.
Brian,
The reason you deleted that 2:27 a.m. call is because you realized that if you were caught Googling how long it takes for a person to die in the cold 3.5 hours before John's body was found, that would incriminate you, wouldn't it?
Objection.
The objection sustained.
Did you delete that search because you
That
knew
protection goes away.
that protection goes away. How? I don't, you know, what is he talking about? Why do people believe this? That protection goes away. It's like a magic thing. I don't
in
get
John
it,
O'Keefe's
man.
death if that search was found on your phone?
Objection.
Could you answer that, please?
I did not delete that search. I never made that search at 2:23.
So there you go. That's a perfect example. Bev herself looks over at her from the bench, a superior court criminal judge in a murder trial, and asks her herself, "Did you do that? And do you think she told the truth?"
never would have left John O'Keefe out in the cold to die because he was my friend
What
that
would
I
be the
loved.
But
difference
he's not your family.
in a civil proceeding?
Family and friends.
Is he not
Objection.
A
your-
deposition, what have you?
So keep in mind, all this protection by Lally and Bev, it all goes away in the civil trial.
How?
All right, let's move on to back to my presentation. I hope you're
Crazy,
enjoying
man. I
this. If
don't
you
get it.
are, give me a thumbs up in the chat. All right, so we talked Jennifer McCabe. If you haven't subscribed, you should have subscribed as well. Give that a thumbs up down below. Okay, so we talked Jennifer McCabe. Now we have
Subscribe to Jen. Does she have a channel?
the MSP. We have Proctor, Bukaki, Guano, internal affairs, exposure, civil discovery can be forced and release
Guano?
the misconduct files,
Hold on.
discipline history, and prior complaints. So you could dig in. If you haven't subscribed, you should have subscribed as well. Give that a thumbs up down below. Okay, so we talked Jennifer McCabe. Now we have The MSP. We have Proctor, Bukaki, Guano, internal affairs,
Guano.
exposure, civil discovery can be forced and release the misconduct files, discipline history, and prior complaints. So we could dig in now to even the past and get more information in there of any of these officers. You have biased and misconduct risks. Defense attorneys will hammer at Proctor's text messages once again. Alleged conflicts of interest and omission in reports. You have the deposition vulnerability. We'll get that out. Unlike a criminal court, where the DA shields them, they'll have to answer line by line and investigative decisions. And then you have the civil liability, where it could expose to claims of conspiracy, fabrication of evidence, or malicious prosecution. We saw that obviously in the criminal trial, but it will be exposed even more in the civil trial. Sags, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at this. We have a first live. Look at this. Creme de la Crime is at their first live stream today. Well, welcome in. I appreciate it. Yeah. And I don't know why my photo of Guano didn't load there. So, all right, we'll move on here. So then we have the Canton first responders. And again, my photo didn't load here. Kind of weird. Dude. So you have the timeline discrepancies of EMT fire load there. So
I missed it.
All right, we'll move on here. In the criminal trial, but it will be exposed even more in the civil trial. Sags, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at this. We have first live. Look at this. Creme de la Crime is at their first live stream today. Well, welcome in. I appreciate it. Yeah. And I don't know why my photo of Guano didn't
He tried it twice. He's like,
load there.
I'm done. I don't want to do it no more.
So,
you know, that's that.
All right, we'll move on here. So then we have the Canton first responders. And again, my photo didn't load here. Kind of weird. So you have the timeline discrepancies of EMT, fire, police may still face questioning in what they saw at the scene versus what reports said. You have the chain of custody issues. Civil attorneys will scrutinize how evidence, blood, hair, snow, car pieces were collected and preserved. Exposure to negligence claims, if it's shown.
Yeah, so I stole that from the glare, and I also stole this kind of petty stuff, but there's a lot of LTL to go around, so I feel like we can all get in on the fun every now and then. But we're cool. He said I could. He didn't, but
they did not properly secure a report. What they saw, they can be at risk of tied into a negligence claim, which we saw obviously
nailed that shit.
The chain of custody issues, major chain of custody issues in both criminal trials.
Really?
So, and I don't know why my photos aren't. Let me do this. I'm going to stop sharing this for a second.
Why my members aren't loading?
Because I don't know why these aren't loading. It's kind of annoying. Let me refresh.
All right, take it easy.
Let me refresh.
All right.
And we'll present again. Let's go to my slide I was at. Oh, there they go. Now they're loading.
Right.
I just had to refresh. Refresh the internet.
All right. It's like the fourth time.
All right. So again, this was the theme when I first started, you know. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because you may have to answer some tough questions as well. And I'm talking about
I'm not going to have to answer
the O'Keefes, Hagee and Paul. So now we look at the big picture. The big picture
will take you out to the woodshed and give you a dirty beatdown. Make no mistake about
civil
it.
discovery stripes away the DA's shield. These individuals can't rely on prosecutional.
Civil discovery strips away the DA's shield. I mean, it lets in a lot more stuff and there's depositions, but again, this magic civil trial truth serum just is not something that's in reality. It's not. I don't know why people are saying this.
Discretion anymore. Lawyers will be subpoenaed, phones, emails, documents, and demand straight answers. The risk isn't just embarrassment. It's perjury, civil liability, and reputational. Your reputation can be ruined.
Hold on.
can't rely on prosecutional
Whoa.
discretion anymore. Lawyers will be subpoenaed, phones, emails, documents, and demand straight answers. The risk isn't just embarrassment, it's perjury, civil liability, and your reputation can be ruined if contradictions are exposed.
Wait a minute.
And we even saw that.
Are we to believe that if there is somehow proven perjury in the civil trial, as opposed from the criminal trial, they will now go after them for perjury in the civil trial? Why would that be a thing?
In the criminal trial, but it will be even worse civilly.
What?
So now we look at the plaintiff risk chart, and this goes to the O'Keefe. So we look at depositions. What could come out? Family members and reps forced under oath cross-examinations on inconsistencies since 2022. We look at consequences, risk of perjury traps, contradiction, and
Brian's, he's been at it.
damaging credibility. You have to look at John O'Keefe's history. We could get medical records, alcohol use, relationships, prior incidences, and it could shift focus to personal factors instead of blaming Karen Reed.
What?
Financial claims, scrutiny of dependency, damages, calculations, motives for lawsuits. You could be looking at, hey, Paul, where'd all that money go?
Hey, Paul, where'd all that money go? And how does that claim? I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. How would that be relevant in any of this?
Where'd all that money come in? Where did that all go to? Did that go to the back deck in the addition to the house?
I mean, maybe it did, but how is that at all? I mean, you just can't ask any question you want. Peggy, is it true you have a wooden leg? Like, you can't ask questions that just have nothing to do with anything.
That could get scrutinized. Defense could argue financial incentive or ulterior motive. And then you look at the counterclaims, defamation or abuse of process if claims are false and misleading, and the consequence that is exposing to legal liability and financial penalties. You look at reputational fallout. Evidence contradicting the DA's narrative surfaces in discovery. And then the consequence to that is public credibility, damaging, weakening trust in their case. And finally, loss of narrative control. You have Reed's attorney can present alternative timeline subpoena and new records. And the consequence to that is the story could pivot to events inside Brian Albert's home, undermining O'Keefe's family framing. So the bottom line is this: by filing the civil case, the O'Keefes gain a platform, but also risk losing control of the narrative. The defense lawyers can...
Wait. Diane, thank you for the PayPal. I really appreciate you. And again, thanks for everybody for being here on a miserable, well, I mean, it's not miserable, but outside it sucks, Sunday evening.
Now pry into areas that were shielded by the criminal trial, and if damaging facts surface, it could backfire on the plaintiffs themselves. Let me just do this. Joy, thank you so much for the 5. We heard Karen screaming on all the audio. She must have whispered to Jen, please Google this for me. It would be funny how the depositions will change during the civil trial. I don't think we're going to hear any of that. Yeah, exactly. She is full of shit. 100%.
You watch him.
100%. And that is actually the end of my presentation.
Stop using that word.
We go back to now this opens up the O'Keefes as well that could be brought in. I mean, Karen's going to counter sue.
Think?
So that goes back to my original theme. Are you ready? Are you going to...
Brian, if you ask me if I'm ready one more time, I'm going to call you and ask you if you want to go to Chick-fil-A.
Be prepared for this. Are you willing to show everything?
Yeah, why are you asking me?
You've got to be ready for
I
that.
had nothing to do with
And I go back even to when Alan Jackson said outside
I'm
of
ready.
court, he said, look, we're always open up to negotiation. So something down the line here could be negotiated. You know, Alan could just turn to Karen and say, look, do we really want to go
I'm
through
really
another 2-3
searching
years of
my
this?
thoughts.
You know, we just pay this and we go away. It's privately settled and the suit ends. I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't see Karen backing down as much as she didn't back down in the criminal trials. I think that she wants to get it really out there for the public and the world to see all of the things that we weren't able to see in the criminal trials and really expose this group of people for who and what they are. I could see that happening 100%. She just says, you know what? It's all on the table. We continue to keep going through this. I don't care. 2 to 3 years. Let's put all these motherfuckers on trial.
Listen, can you stop saying that, man? I have a new channel. I can't afford this potty mouth.
And just expose them and show everything that they had in every single piece of covering up and helping cover up what happened to John inside Brian Albert's house that night, what happened to John after what happened to John O'Keefe inside Brian Albert's house, and how this was how this was horribly framed to make it look like I did it. Let's
Brian, you didn't. Nobody said you did anything.
Just expose them all. Let's expose them all. Why not? Right?
I mean,
exactly. No quit.
That's a nice.
No quit.
It's fun to pretend.
No quit at all.
I don't know how you do that.
So, let's see.
It's less ginger than it originally was.
She truly wants justice for him, and that means exposing the real killers. And you know, I truly believe that as well, Karen. But I also look in the sense that
Brian's very contemplative right now. He's really gonna bare his soul, and he's like, you know what? Let me strip away the public, you know, kind of celebrity persona that I present to you on my presentation here, and that's my word. He doesn't get to use it. And he's really gonna let you know. He's really gonna kind of, you know, just bring you in.
This will 1,000 million %.
1,000 million is not a number. Okay, it doesn't work like that. 1,000 million, million thousand. I guess that potentially is a number, but I wouldn't exactly categorize.
Clear Karen Reed of all time, because there's going to be the naysayers out there.
Of all clear. Nice pause. Clear Karen of all time. Listen, if she wins the civil suit, right, which I believe she will, you're going to go on X the next day and everybody's going to be like, listen, man, you know, all those people that want to see her or whatever. I was wrong. I mean, she won the civil suit.
And even, I think, even with the civil trial, with everything comes out, you're still going to always have those people that are going to go, she did it, she did it, she did it. But this is going to now even compile more evidence to prove that she did not do this. And we're going to see the deeper conversations now between all of these parties involved. I'm going to tell you, everything that was protected by the corrupt DA Michael Morsi, you are going to see everything now in the civil trial. I can't wait. I am salivating. Because all those conversations that they covered up.
Listen, even if they get conversations that we've never seen before, and they were like, Trooper Proctor, getting your phone extraction, we actually saw that you messaged Yuri Buchanek, who is your supervisor, and you said the taillight has been brought from the Sally port. Well, I was with Kenneth Berkowitz, and I made sure to invert the camera, and then I brought the taillight down in a bag, but I also put John O'Keefe's sweatshirt in it, so it would be microscopic pieces in it, and then I sprinkled it all over the lawn and took a broom and covered it up. Like, even if they got that and were like, did you say that? He's like, no, I don't know where that came from. I don't recall. What are they going to do? People lie. People say, I don't recall. I mean, you know, I don't get
the text messaging, the phone calls, everything that has been suppressed in the criminal trials, we're going to get to see it in civil. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
I love it.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love it.
Let's see. Albert says, we haven't seen what Karen will do, and I'm sure that she will even have all the lawyers she plans to use to come big on day one. Like, hey, I'm not defending. That's pebbles compared to what I'm fighting for. I love that.
Does he want to read that? Brian.
Love that.
You're puking into the microphone.
So LB says, hey, in a penny for a pound, she's already lost
Ryan,
everything. And what does she have to lose?
Listen,
but lots to
take
gain.
a second,
It's a great
go take some Pepto-Bismol or something.
strategy. I mean, look, you know, Karen's in the process of rebuilding her life at this point, you know, trying to move
And I plan to be there. My name is Brian.
past this criminal trial, but now, you know, wrapped up in the civil, but say, fuck them. Like, let's just go. Let's just do this. Let's just show the world. Let's show the world. I love the attitude in here. Nate, no quit. Christy says, hey, bring it on. Why not? Right? Why not?
Sybil trial.
Why not?
Sybil with.
And look at Joanne says, hey, I think John O'Keefe's dad knows it wasn't Karen. Well, he hasn't been around, right?
He hasn't
been around. Ed
well,
Gein.
he's like, he is quite old. I don't know if you saw him during the first trial. I don't think he's doing that well.
Says they should expose who did the video mirror of the Sally Port.
Ooh,
I agree.
They should.
Mary says, given the circumstances, I think we may even get more surprises we didn't know. I think so too as well. 100%. And that's the beauty of a civil trial. It just exposes everything.
Oh my God.
It exposes everything and exposes everybody for what they are.
No,
and
it
puts
doesn't.
it all on the line. So I don't know. I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to be it for tonight. I wanted to come in and just talk a little bit about the civil trial versus the criminal trial. Hopefully you got some value in this. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below after this video posts. I would appreciate it. If this is your first time over here, again, subscribe. Turn on all your bell notifications. And I'm going to say this too. If you are not getting my notifications on YouTube, the best thing to do is become a
no. All right, hold on, everybody. This is where I screw stuff up and people laugh. Okay. All right. Okay, this, and then I do that. Oh, hey, there you go. All right. Yeah. Let me do that while I'm looking for something. Let me see. That's a good one. I don't know which one I want to see here. Oh, God. Love that hat. Yeah, but
when you sent that text message, what did you mean by it?
Again, it was poor figure of speech. You know, I obviously didn't.
Yeah, let's go. I gotta.
Other reason this is so important, and I don't want to make you blush, Brian, but I'm going to say this.
By the
as
way,
a
I'm not going to do
consumer.
this all the time. It's just been like, you know, I started doing the Maya trial, then, you know, went to court on Friday, and I just kind of felt like doing something light. We miss you and love you, Brian. We're not being bad or mean or anything.
Of your content, you are a badass. You pump out those FOIA requests like they're going out of style, and you are from my understanding, one of the only people who procured this. this is really, and the collateral documents are so really pivotal and important. And this will help everyone have a level of transparency so they can have a better understanding of the bullshit that's going on up
Nan, can you watch your mouth?
there. So that I just wanted everyone to understand and set the table for you before we read it.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, like the biggest thing that I've always wanted to do here on, you know, my channel, I'm sorry, I'm setting the document up here on my channel for everybody, is just to keep bringing information forward that we can track down, you know, and that's what I ultimately have always wanted to do in this and, you know, bring transparency to these cases, you know, and the thing is like, just, I always say this to everybody, you know, put in the work, just put the work in and then just bang away at it.
Don't be like Will. And then pay me $100 so you can make like 5,000. That's not cool.
Like if you're not getting it, I fucking send them
messages
man. Every other. I've had this pending for 4 months. Like
wow.
The minute the trial was over, I submitted this, and I tried getting it during the trial, but of course it was
you stupid people don't get what it means to FOIA something.
Still ongoing investigation. So, and the trial was still ongoing. I couldn't get it, but I put this in 4 months ago, and I just keep every couple of weeks just tapping in the system going, all right, where's my request? Where's my request? Where's my request? Now it's funny that I've had some open conversations on X lately, and I think it's funny now that we're kind of getting a flood and getting some answers. Like I posted the other day, someone, you know, specifically from Joshua Riley, that's a legal counsel for MSP. They reached out to me and they're like, "Oh, you're looking for your request?
Yeah, bitch.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to it." And so you know, I'm starting to get them, which is good because it's taking forever and it shouldn't take forever.
Well, and I'm gonna say one last thing. This is content. This isn't drama.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, look, you know,
I would argue that this is also content, is it not? I don't know. Isn't anything you do somewhat content?
I'm here for it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyway, let's do some reading
See you
tonight.
later on tonight
Okay.
at the house, bitch.
It should be fun.
Got my badass glasses if I need them.
Shut up.
All right, let's see. All right. Again, this starts out with a lot of formality. We're not going to read through the formality, but I'll just read the opening.
By the way, now that we're on the issue of content, I would argue that this is more intelligent content. Going through stuff that we've known for I don't know how long I don't know. This is just funner. Funner? More fun? Anyways, it's content.
Opening paragraph here. So Dwyer says, we're recording. Good morning. Today is Friday, July 19th, 2024, and it is 11:01 a.m. My name is Detective Lieutenant Kevin Dwyer.
Your name is
This
Brian.
interview is regarding This interview is regarding office and professional integrity accountability case number 2024/0014 is being conducted in the general headquarters of Framingham.
It's called the Dirty Ham, but you can call it Framingham. Sure.
This complaint is Lieutenant Colonel Brian Connors. The date of the complaint is March 4th, 2024. So that basically sets the stage here. So let's just go down a lot of formality again. The introduction, who's in the room. You said this is probably court stenographer taking this or someone. Kevin Dwyer. This interview is regarding This interview is regarding office and professional integrity accountability case number 2024/0014 is being conducted in the general headquarters of Framingham. The name of this complaint is Lieutenant Colonel Brian Connors. The date of the complaint is March 4th, 2024. So that basically sets
up my presentation.
The stage here. So let's just go down a lot of formality again. The introduction, who's in the room. You said this is probably court stenographer taking this or something.
Yes,
I
and
mean,
just to set expectations, it is plausible.
Somebody definitely typed out a a manuscript or a court record. I don't believe it was
There is no audio recording. And if there is, maybe there was one that was done privately by the stenographer or court reporter for her own or his own purposes. So this is not going to show verbal inflection, but it's still good to have it.
Why?
Yeah.
Is that because it is a printed document and not coming from someone, say, with a mouth? So you will not get the oral inflection. Is that? I believe that's what you're saying.
All right. Well,
All right,
you're
where-
Q. I'm A. And you're going to be Dwyer and I'm going to be Proctor.
All right, Proctor. Okay.
I'm Fred Flintstone and you're Wilma, baby. And we're going to Bedrock.
Dwyer. All right. Okay. All right. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Appreciate you coming
All
in
right,
today.
sir.
All right. Oh crap. Sorry. All right, let's get started.
All right, let's start over.
When did you begin your assignment in the State Police Detective Unit for Norfolk County?
It was at the end
I
of
really wish you wouldn't do that. Hey, everybody.
September of 2019.
Okay. On or about January 29th, 2022.
Come on in. The hot tub between these two is warm.
Where were you assigned?
The Norfolk County District Attorney's Office.
And for time purposes, we can refer to SPDU Norfolk or SPDU.
Okay, sir.
On or about January 22nd, 2022, were you dispatched to a death in the town of Canton? By the way,
Yes, sir.
I think he meant 29th, but you may see that.
And they corrected here for the record because they're going to correct it here.
Just read the document as it is, man, and then you can do all your
watch.
Okay, and just so the audience understands, sometimes they don't correct things, but okay.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
They do here. Yeah. So, yes, sir.
Was the death?
And then he stops. He goes, okay. He goes, I'm sorry. That was what was the
Give me a
date again
minute,
on that?
everybody. I'll be right back.
I'm sorry, you're correct.
Should be the 29th.
January 29th. Good catch. January 29th, on or about January 29th, 2022. Were you dispatched to a death in the town of Canton?
Yes.
Was the decedent a Boston police officer named John O'Keefe?
Yes, he was.
Did that result in a homicide investigation being initiated?
It did.
Were you assigned as the primary investigator?
I was.
Who were your supervisors at that time?
Sergeant Yuri Bukaki, Lieutenant John Fanning, Detective Lieutenant Brian Tully.
Eventually, charges were filed against Karen Reed, correct?
Yes.
In April of 2024, the criminal trial against Ms. Reed began. Is it correct that you testified on June 10th, 2024, and again on June 12th, 2024?
Yes.
Among other testimony, did you testify to text messages that you sent to different groups of people?
I did.
Is it accurate that these texts were obtained from your personal cell phone's iCloud data?
Yes, that's correct.
By the way, that's interesting. I just want to point out to your audience because we've now seen that there has been procured iCloud data that goes way far back to 2013. I just wanted to point that out. Okay. And what is the last four of your personal cell phone number?
The last four of my personal cell phone number is beep. No, I'm just kidding.
In regard to all of the text messages that you've testified as being sent by you, did you in fact send those text messages?
I did, yes.
On June 10th, did you testify that you exchanged text messages with a group of friends that you grew up with and went to school with?
Yes.
You testified that these text exchanges happened on or around January 29th, 2022 and February 1st of 2022, correct?
You guys are the best.
Yes.
Are any of these friends law enforcement officers?
No.
Maybe.
You testified that in response to one of your friends asking the name of the Boston police officer that was killed, you responded with John O'Keefe. Were you referring to the decedent of the homicide you were investigating?
Yes.
You testified that in response to one of your friends asking if the homeowner where the decedent was found was going to receive some shit, you responded with, nope, homeowner is a cop too. What did you mean by this text?
I meant he's a cop.
So that was an
too.
opinion that the homeowner wasn't going to receive any shit because that was an opinion I had formed throughout the day, where all the evidence that not only but me, everyone in my unit was working through, and the day pointed directly at.
By the way, I'd like to point out that this is an IA investigation. And if you can lie in here, you can lie in a civil proceeding, can you not?
Miss Reed, and that homeowner did not have any involvement in John O'Keefe's death.
I just want to pause here for one
Love
moment,
how there's
Brian.
a lot of opinions.
Yeah, like we should point this out, and we're going to do this, folks, periodically. You've got the investigating detective with what we now know are ties to the family and fact witnesses who conducted, if you want to call it an investigation, who basically reached his own opinions in less than 24 hours of conducting the investigation.
16 to be exact.
He's not supposed to be forming his own opinions. He's supposed to be interviewing witnesses and following the evidence.
Hold
in
on
addition
a
to
second,
that,
man, yeah, aren't you a little bit out of getting a little ahead of your skis? I mean, wow, that's a crazy take.
he's really not supposed to be sharing that with his friends he grew up with, whether they're law enforcement personnel or not.
Everybody,
I don't know how you feel about that. But.
This is all
no,
new information.
it's true. And then you have to keep in mind too that his superiors were in this text chain as well too. They were in that group text, especially when they were talking.
Does Brian know that? Does he have inside information?
About Karen in this case. He was talking to his fucking sister about it too.
Right. The one he's being questioned about right now is the one with his friends, but you're right. So Proctor
I'm sure we're gonna hear about it.
Of course. Now I've lost my place. So let's see.
We're on line 7, question 7. Okay.
Good.
Did you mean there you go?
Okay. Did you mean at all that the homeowner wouldn't receive shit because he was a cop and you were going to make sure that he didn't get into any trouble?
Absolutely not.
You testified that you sent the friend group a text.
You see how like investigations other than criminal bring the truth out?
That said she waffled him. Who were you referring to in that text message?
Again, Miss Reed.
And waffled who?
John O'Keefe.
Okay. And
I was referring to my breakfast when I made Eggo waffles.
Didn't say, oh, I'm sorry. That's you.
Oh, and I didn't say her name. I just said that she waffled is just an opinion. Lots of opinions, again, not following the facts, not following the evidence.
If we can convict people on opinions in this country, then I'm going to leave, which probably would make a bunch of people happy right now. Anyway, okay. And what did you mean by waffled him?
Hit him with her vehicle.
Okay, you testified that you sent the friend group a text that said, I looked at his body in the hospital. He was banged up. Who were you referring to in that text message?
I was referring to Mr. O'Keefe at Good Samaritan Hospital, and Sergeant Bukaki and I made those observations in the AM. Banged up is in my opinion. I sent to my friends, and I did not provide any specifics. I made no mention of the extent of his injuries. I made no mentions that there was one shoe in the hospital and 6 to 8 lacerations on his. Lots of opinions, again, not following the facts, not following the evidence.
If we can convict people on opinions in this country, then I'm going to leave, which probably would make
people get convicted of less than opinions all the time, lady. All the time.
Make a bunch of people happy right now.
Yep.
Anyway.
Probably not wrong about
and
that. I'm not one of them.
What did you mean by waffled him?
Hit him with her vehicle.
Okay, you testified that you sent the friend group a text that said, I looked at his body in the hospital. He was banged up. Who were you referring to in that text message?
I was referring to Mr. O'Keefe at Good Samaritan Hospital, and Sergeant Bukaki and I made those observations in the AM. Banged up is in my.
See, it's funny every time he says Bukaki, right? It's
my opinion. I sent to my friends, and I did not provide any specifics. I made no mention of the extent of his injuries. I made no mentions that there was one shoe in the hospital and 6 to 8 lacerations on his right arm, swollen eyes. It was just a general opinion. I presented to my friends via text.
So the next question I had was, what did you mean by banged up?
Just his injuries. I did not know. I did not go into specifics.
Okay. You testified that in response to one of your friends asking if John O'Keefe got beat up. You responded with, nope. Were you referring to whether John O'Keefe was in a physical fight with someone?
My understanding from the question was that, yeah, he was in a fight. Did he get beat up? I replied, nope, which is, again, another opinion of mine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. A civil trial is not going to remedy any of this. I don't get it.
By the way, I can tell you that all law enforcement that was in the room at this point is troubled. They're already troubled by the answers he's giving. Okay, you testified that in response to one of your friends asking what waffled him means, you responded with, she hit him with her car. Again, who were you referring to in that text message?
Again, Miss Reed, who I did not mention by name. And by waffled, I mean Miss Reed hit Mr. O'Keefe.
By waffled, I mean in the morning before, he went out, she brought him waffles on a plate.
And provided no specifics in that comment.
You testified that you sent the friend group a text message that said intentional or not. What were you referring to when you sent that text?
So there's two parts to that. There's intentional or not, and then there's the best of my recollection that it got interpreted with another text message, and then I followed my initial comment with that's another animal we won't be able to prove. So at that time, I believe that was late Saturday night. Oh, look at this. We have another attorney in let's see, on January 29th, and on the 29th, later that night during this conversation, the intentional or not part, we still have the investigation to conduct. Yeah, weeks, months, years, I try to provide that intent. At the time, I meant those comments, intentional or not, and we didn't know. And we knew all the compelling evidence pointed directly at Miss Reed. Whether her actions were intentional or not was yet to be seen, is what I made by me, meant by that comment.
By the way,
that's very interesting. Go ahead, Nan. This is very interesting.
I'd love to hear why you feel it's interesting, because in my opinion, this was such a fumbling answer that
well, I think Brian may have fumbled it more than him, but
I'm not in any way trained I wasn't there in the room, and I'm not trained to read body language or to decipher words and whether those connote deception or not. However, he fumbled through that answer so capably that it made no sense to me. Like, it just sounds like a bunch of bullshit. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, and I don't know. She's an attorney, so she could pick up on nuances that we can't. And we're getting an insight, a legal insight. So she's letting us in on the legal thought process. She found that there was deception there with these answers. And, who are we to question her legal pedigree, if you will?
And it would be nice if we had audio or video of this, but like you said, I don't think there is. I'm trying to get it. I've reached back out to MSP to see if there is actual audio of this. But the thing that's kind of strange to me is that it's like that the answer he gives, at the time I made those comments, intentional or not, we didn't know. All we knew is the compelling evidence pointed directly at Miss Reed. Like, how do you know that? You made this opinion within like 16 hours of the investigation. You didn't actually do any real work into it. I think it was just like the easy thing to go, oh, all right, well, she did it. And then on top of that, there's all the other litigating factors, all these connections and all of this. So,
And by the way, Brian, I love the fact, and now that I'm seeing it in the form
and by the way, Brian, I love you very much.
Of a transcript, I love the fact that he's already commenting to friends about the state of mind necessary to commit a crime. Right. I mean, he probably hasn't even put fingers to a keyboard to prepare a single investigative report, if any. He probably hasn't even collected or at least marked up evidence, in the evidence bags. He's probably done nothing, but it's so important on his personal cell phone to be commenting on what he thought, what his opinions were, and the like. I'm
so glad you said that, because
I'm so glad she said it, because it's a little inside baseball that we might not get a glimpse into. Thank you both.
In 16 hours, he makes this determination that if Karen Reed had did this, he can't fucking wait to get to his office and start looking through her phone to report back to his buddies about no nudes yet. Meaning that he's still fucking looking through her phone, and he's going to let them know when he finds them, and then, you start taking part of what he's calling, and we'll see it in the document here, locker room talk, so it's like, you haven't spent any time in the investigation. You're probably back at your office jerking off, looking through the phone,
Brian,
trying to
I don't
find,
think- come on,
photos or
man.
whatever, or something scathing. You're now reporting back to your buddies. So, I mean, it's purely showing this.
You can tell that really troubled Nan, that, that dirty talk. She's not used to that type of stuff. She's, a straight arrow.
Guy's a fucking dirtbag, in my opinion.
100%. In your opinion, of course. All right. Okay. I know in the trial it was characterized that you meant that your response, intentional or not, to a different text that your friend had sent, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Who were you responding to when you wrote intentional or not?
My friend.
Okay. I mean, in response to which text did you respond intentional or not?
I don't have the text in front of me.
Was that
Well, may I refresh your recollection and show your own phone?
using question?
Okay, so that's fucked up. And I replied, intentional or not.
Okay. So were you referring to the that's fucked up, or were you referring to your assessment of the scene?
My assessment of the scene.
You testified that you sent the friend group a text message that said,
Guano.
that's another animal we won't be able to prove. Again, I think you just covered it, but was that a continuation of the intentional or not conversation?
Correct, sir.
You testified that you sent the friend group a text message that said they arrived at the at the house together, got into an argument. She was driving and left. Who were you referring to in that text?
I was referring to Miss Reed and Mr. O'Keefe from information we had gathered on the 29th. We knew Mr. O'Keefe and Mrs. Reed left the Waterfall bar together. The argument part is opinion. And it was at that point on Saturday night that it is my opinion that there was some type of argument between point A and point B that would have caused someone to hit someone in their vehicle. Oh, really?
Interesting.
So what am I trying to, what is the word I'm looking for here? Go ahead, Nan. Maybe you can help me out.
Speculation, fabricating, lying.
First of all, it's a complete reach.
Basically I was going to say. Go ahead.
I'm going by what I've learned in trials 1.0 and 2.0. If by Saturday night, he's already making a determination that there was some type of argument between them and that therefore that related probably to the intention to hit him. We know by then, which is only less than 24 hours after the
16
accident, that he didn't have, I believe, he didn't have all of the text messages. He didn't have the communications between Facebook Messenger. The only people, I believe, and show some grace, chat, but I believe the only people he would have communicated with of a substantive investigative nature would have been McAlbert's. And I'm sure there's a much more specific answer to that because, I just simply don't remember who he might have spoken to. But that is a huge reach for him to make a determination that there was discord.
Why does you think that's... Yeah. Of course it's a reach. I mean, maybe they get people that are like new to it. I'm sure they do. Like this is all like new news, but I mean, I don't think there's anybody, anybody here that this is
in their relationship, and therefore that ties itself.
Like, how do you know that? Like, you don't know that.
How do
You don't know those people. There's no evidence to support that there was an argument.
Yeah, I agree.
How is he able to lie to the internal affairs investigative unit? I mean, but certainly when the civil, trial starts, he's not going to be able to lie. That,
By the way, there's a lot of hard ahs going on in this conversation. I got to match your New England accent for the rest of the stream.
Yeah, Jennifer McCabe. There it is right there.
Right. Did he talk? Thank you, Kathy. Yeah. So I know he was only speaking to a limited person or persons. Do we want detectives like this? No. And by we,
I would. I mean, I don't know. I could think about it, but I would tend to think.
I don't want them in my jurisdictions either. All right.
You should stay there.
And Sue says, hey, we had no clue that they argued. Do me a favor, everybody. If you haven't already, smash the like button. It's free to do that. I got to refresh. Let's see. We have over 875 people and only 203 likes. Come on. Like, that's free. Just smash that like button for me.
Come on, you sons of bitches.
All right. Go ahead, Nan.
Yeah, guys, I would appreciate you doing that because this was really hard work and great.
Oh, my God.
Really great content, Brian. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much, Brian. I would like to add that also you are brilliant in your content making, but also in your presentation. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. And what house were you referring to in that text?
34 Fairview Road.
Is that the location where his body was found?
Yes.
You testified that you sent the friend group a text message that said, yeah, but there'll be some serious charges brought on the girl.
Don't do
Who were you
that.
referring to in that text?
I was referring to Miss
Please
Reed, which I
stop
didn't
that.
name the suspect in the text thread in that comment. That was, again, in my opinion, based that day of the investigation. I do not come up with charges. I don't suggest charges. And at the discretion of the district
You
attorney,
don't
first
suggest
assistant, and the ADA.
Badges.
Okay. And when you sent the text, there will be some serious charges brought on the girl. What did you mean by that?
Again, I based that on compelling evidence that directly implicated Miss Reed with killing John O'Keefe, and there would be serious charges, in my opinion, was there and should be serious charges brought against her.
Okay. You testified that in response to a friend asking if she was hot, you responded with, from all accounts, he didn't do anything wrong. She's a whack job cunt.
She's hot. No ass. Leaks poo.
She's a babe with a weird Fall River accent. What did you mean by he didn't do anything wrong?
That from all accounts, he didn't do anything wrong. I believe I was referring to the homeowner, and that in my base on
Brian, slow down, sound it out. I get it.
Based on the facts of the evidence throughout the day, CERT finding the broken taillight pieces at the scene, Sergeant Bukaki and I, in the observation.
I don't think he can say Buchanan. I think that's why.
And the one shoe at the hospital, excuse me, and one shoe at the scene, the broken taillight on Miss Reed's vehicle. From all accounts, it basically means there's no evidence showing that the homeowner had anything to do with Mr. O'Keefe's death. Okay, so why not go up and fucking knock on the door? Like why not ask questions of people in the fucking house? So you have it. Like, that's what's kind of weird. And like, why has no one asked him this? Like, why has no one asked these officers this? The only people that have done it is Reed's team. That's it. Like, why didn't you talk to anybody? Why are none of these police officers asking this question? Like,
I
why didn't you go talk to them?
I completely agree with you. And this makes me want to see more any text communications between Proctor and Sean Good.
Okay. Take it easy, Ryan.
You know, I want to see what's in those text messages, but
silly.
none
Goddamn
of
right,
these
it's silly.
investigators were asking the tough questions, and they're not even that tough of questions.
Yeah.
You've always said if something happened to you, your mom, at least the next day, you know,
First
meaning
in the morning.
the morning of,
Talk about my mom.
she would be like, knock, knock, knock. What the hell happened to my son? Was he in here? Was he not?
Right.
And that even a layperson would ask harder questions here.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough. Who were you referring to when you said whack job cunt?
Miss Reed.
Who were you referring to when you said, yeah, she's a babe with a weird Fall River accent?
Again, Miss Reed, this was juvenile, unprofessional language and opinion that I had. Working buddies.
Juvenile, regrettable. What did he say? Figure of speech.
We see the worst of the worst, stuff that we go home with and keeps us up at night. So in order to deal with that, I think we developed a gallows humor. And with serious side of our jobs, we counter it with immature side. Whether that's right or wrong, it's kind of how we deal with the horrific things we see.
So maybe, you shouldn't be a cop.
Kind of shines through in these unprofessional text messages. Wait a minute here. I'm going to wait a minute.
Hold on, Brian. Do you have a thought?
This sounds canned to me. This sounds like it's been practiced. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't think this guy is intelligent enough to come up and think of something like this. Someone has coached him on this, in my opinion. I think so. Or had at least a conversation with him about it.
This is lawyer prepped answers. It's
You don't
canned.
think
This
you
is the
talked to-
same
Oh.
type of
You think you
answer
talked to a
with,
lawyer?
words like juvenile, unprofessional. I don't think he used gallows humor when he testified at trial, but this was definitely coached. And I can't say that I wouldn't have coached my own client to give a similar explanation. However, it really is flimsy. It's
regrettable and juvenile.
Superficial. It doesn't explain substantively why he's just a complete asshole and never should have said those words or written those words.
We did it, Tom.
Yeah.
So when I was in court the other day, Tom's CPU sat right in front of me, and he was cool. And when we went out, I said, "We did it, Tommy. It's good." He started cracking up.
Maybe he should have been coached a little bit better by his superiors, how to actually work under the badge with integrity instead of
I
being
agree.
like this, like a shithead. Yeah, Patriot Biker says, "Oh yeah, Proctor was well coached."
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
totally agree, Patriot Biker.
Yeah.
Hot takes.
Okay, fair enough. Prior to this investigation, or prior to your involvement in the investigation, did you know Karen Reed?
No, never met her in my life.
Have you ever heard of her?
No, sir.
Did you know John O'Keefe?
I did not know.
I mean, I feel like a few people have covered the hearing the other day. One's in the chat if you'd like to. I mean, we can.
So is it fair to say that prior to the investigation, you had no opinion about Ms. Reed?
I had no opinion of Miss Reed prior to this.
Can I ask why you characterized her as a whack job cunt?
Yeah, I character. Are you? And then looks like an attorney jumped in here. It says, "Are you asking? Is there another term he could have used?"
That appears to be, I'm not certain, but I believe
Yeah.
that would be his attorney
Oh,
who's
got it.
asking. He's asking for the question to be
Yes.
more specific.
Yeah.
All right. So now,
You're on 13, line 13.
and resetting the stage here.
Yep.
He was just asked why, if he didn't know her and never heard about her, why he would characterize her
Moynihan,
using
that's
his
his
words.
attorney.
And all right, no. Why did you use that term?
Again, based on compelling evidence against Miss Reed, she struck her boyfriend with her vehicle. What sane person hits someone with their car and leaves them to die in the snow? I should have maybe used eccentric, use more professional term. Again, these were personal and private opinions and private conversations that I thought was a secure place. But that's why I referred to her as a whack job cunt, because of her actions.
Can I just pause here for a moment?
Yeah, of
Because
course.
we're in the meat and potatoes of this. So he's giving this testimony in 2024. This was obviously after she was upcharged to murder.
Right.
Where I have
Yeah.
a real issue is he's calling her a whack job, cunt. He's
Why do you have an issue with that, man? I can't. Don't you call people that online every day?
calling her that to his buddies in the first day, less than 24 hours of the accident. But the answer he just gave under oath was, you know, what kind of sane person would hit their boyfriend and then drive away? And
Right.
that indicates intent, not just an accident, not, hey,
Wait,
I
hold on. All right. I don't even need to say
was impaired and drunk, made a mistake and drove away. So he is absolutely indirectly saying that he's giving a false answer right here, because he would not, was no finding, no decision to even conclude that this was intentional at that time. But he's saying he called her a whack job C because she was insane, and why would she do that? So it's just it's a nuanced answer, but he basically is absolutely saying to me he's full of shit.
Love that. Real quick, let me just get to this. Our Canadian friends checking in tonight. $20 Canadian. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that. Again, smash that like button. It's free to do that. And Cat's Pajamas says support for the live stream today covering this. Thanks. I love your little avatar, by the way, too. That's pretty cool.
Thank
you. The back, the backdrop there. All right, let's go into this.
All right. Okay.
24Q, I think you were at. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody suggested going over the hearing the other day. And I said, put ones in the chats if you'd like to do that. Doesn't look like anybody did, but I don't know if you heard me. So if you'd like to do that, let me know. It seems like everybody likes to laugh at these two.
Just to ask again, who were you referring to when you said, yeah, she's a babe with a weird Fall River accent? Were you referring to Karen Reed?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. I know a lot of it seems repetitive, but just to get it on the record.
Mm-hmm.
You testified in response to a friend asking if she was a smoke. You responded with nutbag, as Chief would say. Who were you referring to when you said nutbag?
So Chief is one of my good friends. I've been friends with him since first grade. And nutbag is a term he's been using forever. And in a word, nutbag means not bad.
Nutbag means not bad. Wow. And yet he can lie here, right? He can't do that in a civil proceeding.
I never believed that, by the way. I'm just letting you know. I never believed that. I'm reading that text message to mean that he was negatively referring to Karen. That was always my takeaway. Can you expand on that a little bit?
What's that?
Oh no, line 15.
No, that's
sorry.
the actual document.
I thought you were asking me a question.
We are not thespians, folks. I love it. I love it.
So it morphed into him again, and this is our juvenile sense of humor. Having the I can't believe I'm going to say this. Having the large testicles, so somehow it morphed into a trip in the Saratoga. And it's just something.
Wait. What?
Sorry, can you
I thought you were asking me a question.
We are not thespians, folks. I love it. I love it.
So it morphed into him again, and this is our juvenile sense of humor. Having the I can't believe I'm going to say this. Having the large testicles, to somehow it morphed into a trip in the Saratoga, and it's just something he's always said that reference. So if something not bad, he says not bad, not nutbag. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. It's not that someone. I don't know why this keeps popping up. Hang on. It's not that someone's a nutbag like crazy. It means not bad. That's bullshit. Come on. We all know what nutbag means.
You're kidding me. You think that he's not being truthful about that?
I think so too, but I'm not from your
Really?
planet. All right.
You're not from our planet? Hold on a second.
So somehow it morphed into a trip in the Saratoga, and it's just something he's always said that reference. So if something not bad, he says not bad, not nutbag. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. It's not that someone. I don't know why this keeps popping up. Hang on. It's not that someone's a nutbag like crazy. It means not bad. That's bullshit. Come on. We all know what nutbag means.
Come on.
I think so too, but I'm not from your planet.
You're not from our planet. You would never say nutbag or know what that means, but I don't know. Have you ever read your own crap on X? I don't understand how people do this. It says vile shit. And then comes on here, he's like, Brian, can I say damn? And when I say damn, I mean it like an apparatus that is stopping water. Like, what are you talking about, lady?
All right. So in this context, rather than the widely used meaning someone's crazy, in this context, it wasn't an insult on her mental status. It was more of a commentary on her appearance.
Yeah. And when I say damn, I mean it like a dike or a beaver dam.
Should answer. Absolutely not. And it's just my opinion. Is that chick a smoke? I replied, yeah. And nutbag, as Chief would say, in my opinion, was not bad. Instead, saying not bad, I just referred to a term my friend uses. Come on, man. This is bullshit.
Bullshit. Oh, wait, where did we? Oh, yeah, but not bad referencing her appearance. Not?
Correct, sir. Correct.
Not her mental state.
Correct.
That's right.
You also texted, she's got a leaky balloon knot and leaks poo. Who were you referring to when you said she's got a leaky balloon knot and leaks poo?
Again, misread, and that's a poor comment, unprofessional text, and I shouldn't have sent.
And when you sent those texts, what did you mean by those texts? What were you referencing?
When I was referencing was arrested and booked and processed at the Milton Barracks, she requested to speak with her mother to condition. And
then when her mother showed up with, she was going to a birthday party, she had some balloons. There were some water balloons in the back, and I said one of them is leaking. That's what I meant.
She was in the cell waiting for court that day, and I was referencing those medical conditions.
Alessi's girl, we can see
piece
you.
Of shit. I'm sorry.
Super.
But this text was sent prior to her getting arrested, correct? This was on January.
I can't like message back when I'm streaming because I'm too stupid.
Right.
Oh, sorry. This was on January 29th.
There's no date associated.
So this is the text thread with your friends. His attorney asks if they have a transcript.
Yes. And so
that's me.
Okay,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you want to shut
That's okay.
up? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And as far as I can see, you didn't have any text conversation with your friends after she was arrested.
Yeah.
So this is just an excerpt. This is a continuation of the text thread with the friends.
And then you have Moynihan that says we could have a moment to review this. Oh, interesting.
Okay, so now we can skip to line 23.
Yep. Skinwalker Nash.
For the record, the last question that was asked was about Trooper Proctor sending a text to his friend group about she's got a leaky balloon knot and leaks poo. After conferring with his representation and double checking the transcript, that text.
I bet that really troubled Nan to read that. That text right there. I know she doesn't. She, she's a woman of, God. She doesn't like to speak.
Was
like
actually sent after Miss Reed was booked and processed at the Milton Barracks.
Oh, interesting.
Blah, blah, blah. His attorney has some commentary that's kind of irrelevant.
He says, I just want to say this. I want to say that DHL that,
wild.
We do not have possession of the text threads. Okay. All right. So.
All right. So that is a fair response. Okay. So in light of that, at some point you texted your friends, she's got a leaky balloon knot and leaks poo. And I believe you answered that. I'm sorry. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you mentioned something about her calling her mother, right?
Yes. During that booking process, she requested some supplies that if she could use the phone to call her mother. And this is what this juvenile text is in reference to.
Regrettable.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Are you comfortable with
Juvenile.
that, Attorney Moynihan, Attorney DiStefano? Yes, whatever. All right. Okay, aside from the text message that you testified to in the trial, did you have any other communication with any members of this friend group about this homicide investigation?
Without the text thread in front of me, I can't accurately answer that. But
all right, Brian, slow down, sound it out.
What? And now his attorney's going to jump in
Butt
here.
nut.
So aside from the text message that you testified to, the ones that we know about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any other communication?
Is that a yes? Can't see it.
With them that was not brought up in the trial about this case?
I do not recall.
Okay. On
What happened? Why does that? I don't like that. What? It's the second time I did that tonight. God damn you. I don't like it. I don't know.
Attorney's going to jump in here.
So aside from the text message that you testified to,
Nah,
the ones that we know about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any other communication with them that was not brought up in the trial about this case?
I paid $2 for this shit yesterday. I bought it.
I do not recall.
Okay. On June 10th, all right, his attorney has some commentary.
Okay, wait, this might be important here. Let's see. In the trial, at least from the transcript, we have over 38. I think that the 38,707 total text. Whoa, 38,000 text messages between him discussing this. Holy shit. 38,000 text messages discussing this, taken from the 38,770 text messages. Holy shit.
That's about how many I sent you in the past month with attachments.
Well, the fact that
Andrew Birchmore shit. Like
that's exactly what I was thinking, Brian. And also, how many of those fucking text messages did Proctor send when he was receiving salary from the state of or the Commonwealth of Massachusetts?
Yeah,
guano.
I'm sure was sitting there on his phone while collecting a paycheck, just like he was collecting overtime when he went to the Cape with Kevin Albert. This is really problematic to me. But that's
hold on a second.
Shit.
Well, the fact that
Andrew Birchmore shit. Like
that's exactly what I was thinking, Brian. And also, how many of those fucking text messages did
There's the man we know and love, or whatever.
Proctor send when he was receiving salary from the state of or the Commonwealth of Massachusetts?
Yeah.
I'm sure was sitting there on his phone while collecting a paycheck, just like he was collecting overtime when he went to the Cape with Kevin Albert. This is
Leave the Cape out of this, okay, lady?
really problematic to me.
Listen, this doesn't jive with Nan. This is problematic in her view, but she's an attorney, so keep that in mind.
But that's a shit ton of text messages. And to all
Nan, I feel as we go along here, we're starting to see more of you.
those guys on that friend text chain, you're all a bunch of fucking losers.
Yep. She is.
In my opinion. Sorry.
I like your opinion.
When you swear, it makes
all right,
me
so
hungry.
So his
Go ahead. Let's do this real quick. NH Dudes, we'll take a breather.
Yeah,
here.
let's get out of here because you're starting to become a glued. Okay.
NH Dudes 60310. One great content creator, one beautiful content supporter, Brian and Ancho. Woohoo! And we are going to get Todd back. Don't worry. Todd will be back
We're
this
not
week with
worried.
us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, let's see. Lily Rose says almost 39. No, 39,000. Let's get that. Not 39 text, but 39,000. That's insane. Do these guys have a job?
Yeah, line 23 said 38,707 total text messages between him and his fucking loser friends. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I add to
all
that?
right, okay, man. All right. So I don't know, like, what's been going on. Something bothering you lately, Jimmy?
Wow. And I dare say none of those schlumps on the text chain said to him, "Hey, buddy," or Chip, whatever his fucking name is.
His
You
name
should-
is Chip and Bear, but you swore again.
Bear, loser, you shouldn't be texting us this shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're getting into full nanage or nanage. I don't know. I'll make up a word.
Sorry,
for it.
Yeah, even worse, the superiors were in some of those text chains too. And we're gonna hear about that, I'm sure. Go ahead, Nan.
All right.
Nan is shining through.
That's a fair point. All right. And we understand that there might be some contextual issues.
Just penetrating through whatever.
But that's a fair point. Also on June 10th, did you testify that you exchanged text messages with your sister on or about January 29th and February 1st?
Yes.
Okay. Is your sister a law enforcement officer?
No.
No, she's a professional asshole.
You testified that you sent your sister a text message that said, "Just found a frozen to death on a front lawn in Canton this morning." Were you referring to John O'Keefe,
Brian
who was found deceased?
What a fucking scumbag.
Agreed.
All right.
I mean, you want
yes.
You know my channels, no?
more. That's more objectification by him. A frozen, like seriously.
Yeah,
You
you're
wanna
talking
swear,
about someone
Nan?
that passed
You wanna
away.
swear
That
again?
light. It's pretty disgusting. Yes, the frozen to death meant the front lawn in
You
Canton.
want to try to ruin my channel, Nan?
And it was just I didn't have to say where in Canton. I didn't provide the address. I never provided the crime scene.
You testified that you sent your sister a text message that said, "Actually just interviewed
I also said that she plays the tuba.
Jen McCabe. She said she knows you." In relation to your homicide investigation, was Ms. McCabe a witness or a potential witness in this investigation?
She was. I never informed my sister or texted my sister that the content of our conversation and her involvement. It was just I never gave specifics.
What a shit answer.
Ding dang, well, bing bang.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. You testified that you sent your sister a text message that said, "Don't say a word to anyone. At the very least, it's suspicious." And also, Julie and Chris were at the bar with the victim and girlfriend. Gotta interview them. What did you mean by saying, "Don't say a word to anyone"?
Just know
what I meant was don't say a fucking word to anyone.
Knowing that how small Canton is, they have had a homicide. They haven't had a homicide in 20
All right. Take it easy, Bri.
23 years. I'm sure people are going to text my sister about information. And again, I didn't reference John O'Keefe's name. I didn't reference Karen Reed's name in that text. It was kind of a general text to my sister.
What do lawyers say? Non-responsive. Objection.
When you sent that text, did you also have the belief or intent for her not to say anything because you were sharing information that you should not be sharing?
No, absolutely not.
No, that you didn't have that intent, or that you didn't believe you were sharing information that you shouldn't be sharing?
I did not believe I was sharing information that I shouldn't be.
Okay.
Newsworthy stuff.
Okay. Now his attorney is coaching him right here, which is a no-no. He's saying, "Well, can you explain why?" And
If it's not a no-no, he has a right to be represented by counsel. You would know that, being a counsel or something.
Dwyer says absolutely. And now Brian, you can read the bullshit answer here.
Again, because it was just a general text message to my sister. And again, I didn't name Miss Reed or Mr. O'Keefe in that. Again, more than more opinion based. And at that time, it was already made public. Notification was made at the hospital to the O'Keefe family. Canton PD, Canton Fire, EMS, as well as Boston Police were already communicating, whether it was either social media or
Jimmy got me thinking of that grenade. Call her name, take my hand. That's perfect, man. That's a good song, good parody.
Text message.
Rockin'
So
and
information was already out there.
rolling.
Excuse me.
Okay, so that was my next follow-up question. At the time you sent that text, had next of kin been notified?
That was done at Good Samaritan Hospital early in the morning, approximately between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. by hospital staff.
And so even though next of kin doesn't necessarily equate to public release, do you know at that point when you sent that text, had any information about the investigation, the location, the victim, had anything been released to the public at that point?
As far as the news outlets go, I didn't have any recollection of the news outlets reporting it. Again, there was a lot of, because it was high profile at the point on the 29th, and there was so many people involved that I'm pretty sure the communication among the people in the town in various departments, excuse me, informed was being passed around. I believe based on, the small town not having a homicide in 23 years and the various departments involved, like Boston Police, Canton Police, and Fire. Line 12.
Okay, but are you aware of any press release from the DA's office about this?
I'm not aware on the 29th, no.
Do you know, just out of curiosity, when the first press release was from the DA's office?
I don't know.
They're asking all the wrong questions for a reason.
Okay. In the text, at the very least, it's suspicious. What were you referring to as being suspicious?
I believe that text was around 3 on the 29th to my sister. And again, I didn't provide any specifics about what I was investigating, what was going on. And there was still work to be done. There was still evidence to.
His tuba playing sister. God, I hate those two. Remember that picture when they were all fat when they were kids at like Disney or something? And that's what, well, I'm not saying fat people become assholes, but they were just so weird.
Be collected, yeah, sure, which I shared none of.
Okay. You told your sister that Julie and Chris needed to be interviewed. At this point in the investigation, is it accurate that Julie and Chris were identified as witnesses or potential witnesses in the investigation?
Potential witnesses. I didn't expand on, as to why. I didn't provide my sister any specifics. I just left it kind of very vague in general. So they were automatically witnesses. They weren't
all right, Brian, you want to calm
potential
down?
Suspects. He's already put them in the potential witness category.
Yeah, Brian, we know. We saw it too.
Yeah, and he keeps explaining away the fact that he didn't text his dumb sister, in my opinion, any specifics.
What the fuck did you just say about her?
He's simply saying, well, yeah, I gave a little bit of information, but nothing specific. These are fact witnesses, whether they had a substantial role or a de minimis.
Yeah, and you're going to swear again and go against your morals?
Role in the events of the evening of January 29th, 2022. It is a significant no-no for him to have been discussing any of that,
Bri.
whether it was to his friends or to his sister. Maybe there could have been a little grace given if he's texting about things like that with his colleagues at work, if there was something investigative in nature. But I don't think that happened. So he's trying to explain bad behavior, and he's doing so very, very poorly.
Yeah. Stacy says, my mind is blown that they think they're witnesses when he said they didn't see anything.
Exactly, Stacy. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. You testified that in response to your sister texting you that one of the witnesses in the investigation wanted to get you a thank you gift. You responded with get Elizabeth one and went on to explain that Elizabeth is your wife. What did you mean by get Elizabeth one?
I mean, I bet he won't lie about this, and he certainly won't lie about it in a civil proceeding.
So my sister randomly reached out and texted me saying Julie Albert wanted to get me a gift. A couple of reasons. So Sergeant Bukaki and I, when Sergeant Bukaki and I interviewed her, she was nervous. We put her at ease. So she texted my sister and she wanted to get me a gift. And we had a homicide the week before. So I had been out working for the 10 plus straight nights, and likely joking, I said to my sister, get Elizabeth a gift. She's been home with the boys for like 10 straight nights. I didn't ask for a gift. I didn't want a gift. I didn't get one. My wife did.
And she's also stupid, and I hate her guts, and I want to leave.
Didn't ask for one. She didn't get one. She didn't want one, and she was more like a gist of like,
Brian.
Hey, she wants to get you a gift. Bullshit.
And it's so interesting because when he kind of gave his explanation at trial, and he's giving it here about, I didn't ask for a gift. Elizabeth didn't ask for a gift. the very stating of those words, "Get Elizabeth one," is asking for a gift
You're
or
kidding
diverting
me.
the intent to have
Nobody
someone
picked
divert a
up on
gift
that,
away from
man.
him, the law enforcement officer,
Nobody.
to his spouse. Like it is asking.
You know,
Corey.
it's a good thing we have this this legal analysis here, because we would never know any of this. I don't know how many of you have a legal background, but we would never pick up on any of this. And hit the like, because
gift in an extremely literal sense of the word. I never bought his explanation there.
That's super deflection by him.
You did.
It is, and by the way, if I were prepping him, I would have given him a better way to answer that. I would have said something like, I wasn't serious. I really didn't want to say, you cannot give me a gift.
Right.
Yeah,
but I simply wanted to put her off nicely and said, "I'll get Elizabeth one," but I was
Oh my
not
God, what
substantively serious in any way. Like, that was a shit answer. Probably
let me get
given
this
to
up
him by his shit attorney.
Real quick. Mike Young.
But in a civil trial, that all comes out in the wash, right? That
Church checking in. Good
can't
to see you,
hide
Mike.
from
Nice to
that.
see you here. Says you don't need to ask for a gift. Just say no. We don't take gifts. That's the bottom line. Love
That's
that,
right.
Mike.
Thank
love
you,
that
Mike.
right
I
there.
love that, Mike.
That's
I
right.
mean, you want to talking about some legal insight? We probably hadn't. He thinks outside of the box,
All right. Okay. What were your? Oh, you're going to hear my dog bark for a moment while I'm
Sorry.
reading. I can tell.
He ain't barking at
Okay.
that.
Were your intentions for this witness to get your wife a gift?
Absolutely not.
Did you or
He's barking at whatever that is under
your wife
chair.
ever follow up with your sister or anyone else on this gift offer?
Absolutely not.
Did you or your wife ever request a gift, either directly or indirectly, from anyone involved in this investigation?
Absolutely not.
Did you or your wife ever receive a gift, either directly or indirectly, from anyone involved in this investigation?
No.
Did you ever have the belief that you or your wife would receive a gift?
No.
Was your response
Remember, they can't lie in deposition.
to your sister, get Elizabeth one, was that a response where you were actively seeking a gift, or because you did not believe you were going to get one, that it was a nothing response, if that makes sense?
No, it makes sense, sir. It was like nothing response, kind of like joking, like, yeah, just get Elizabeth a gift because
I mean, I'm just joking. I mean, get Elizabeth a gift. That's like saying get a dog a gift. I mean, she's a dog.
She had been home with the boys for 10 straight nights. Like, there's no like intent there to actually seek out a gift, or it was just made in jest.
Fair enough. You also testified
Fair
that on
enough.
February 4th,
No problem.
2022, you sent your sister a text message that says, hopefully she kills herself. Who were you referring to with this text?
I was referring to Miss Reed, and again, it was poor figure of speech that I had used. You're right. Amongst all the alleged racist text in your phone and sending body pictures of victims. Okay, buddy. Like, we know now. We know all the context of his text message.
I'm not sure you do. I don't think you can just go saying that. Been some talk about it, but
just
Yeah, I know. God, that one bothered me more than many of the others, to be honest with you. I really, and there's no good explanation for that.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the context of this conversation with your sister?
I'd have to see the full exchange to comment on that or answer that.
It's page 160 in the transcript, 160 through 161. Blah, blah, blah. They go to the transcript.
Right. I think it goes to the next page. Okay, right here he says, yeah, I was referring to like the actual text thread between my sister and I, like the back and forth.
So I believe at this point in the trial, there was a bunch of sidebars, and they were
Listen,
limited
man, I
as
don't
they were
fucking
limited
really
as
like
to
it.
what
You
they
know what I
talked
mean? Don't do that. I hate that shit. It's so fucking aggravating.
about in context.
Mm-hmm.
From the screenshot that I don't have here, but from memory, there was a
I
text
hate
from your
it more
sister
for
talking
that
about
than
she
a
donated
lot of
money
others.
to somewhere maybe. Does that jog your memory at all?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so from the best of your recollection, what was the context of this conversation when you made that comment?
Okay, so it's my sister had donated anonymously because she didn't want to give her name, so it was linked. So it wasn't linked to me to believe it was a GoFundMe or something for Mr. O'Keefe, and that was kind of the context of our conversation.
Okay, so did that comment
Yeah, it's all
enter the
coming out.
conversation?
You know, without having the actual reading the back and forth, I can't accurately answer.
Fair enough. When you sent that text message, what did you mean by it?
Again, it was poor figure of speech. You know, I obviously didn't wish
Not a figure.
anyone to kill themselves or take their life or take their lives. It was just poor figure of speech.
Right.
Okay. When you sent that, did you have the intent that Ms. Reed unalive herself?
No, sir.
No, I would
On June
never say
10th,
that.
did you also testify that you sent a text message to your wife on or about
Again, if he says this in a civil trial, they're gonna hold a, do Chinese water torture or something and make him answer the question truthfully. It's fucking wild.
June 9th, 2022?
Yes.
Okay. So you testified that you sent a text message to your wife that said, "We're going to lock this whack job up." Who were you referring to in this text?
So I was referring to Miss Reed. That was
Big Dog. The gift was going to be a 2021 Lexus SUV right side taillight because he needed one.
the day of the grand jury indictment. I sent my wife that. Obviously, I did not mention the indictments. I didn't mention Miss Reed. I did not mention her address or anything like that.
Wow. Okay, wait. What? Okay. And at that point in the investigation, was it public knowledge or was it released by the DA's office or any other official agency that there were charges or pending charges against Ms. Reed?
On the day of the indictment, I don't.
At the time that you sent the text message?
That I don't know, sir. These are like super softball questions.
What?
They are, but I like that they're so softbally because there's no way he can wiggle out of. They're so plainly asked. He can't wiggle out of them. It's like,
Yeah, I don't think that's what Brian meant. Softball questions are easy questions.
commonsensical questions that would not lend themselves to an investigating trooper keeping his
And yet he still lies in here, huh?
job. So I actually like the simplicity of it.
Crack the whip, damn it.
Yeah. Okay.
Ryan,
how soon after?
Ryan,
How
stop
soon
that.
after
I
the
don't like
indictment
how you
came
said
down
that
and the
to me.
charges
I
were
wanna go
filed had
home.
you sent that text message?
I don't recall.
Brian, I'd like to
Okay.
go home.
Obviously, it was prior
Brian, I'd like to go home. I don't like that you said that.
to arresting Ms. Reed.
Correct.
On June 10th, did you also testify that you exchanged text messages with a group of department members on or about June 9th, 2022, and also on or about August 17th, 2022?
Yes.
Okay. Now that you testified that on June 9th, 2022, you sent a text message to two fellow department members that said, "If you like women who shit themselves," who were you referring to in this text?
Again, it was another inappropriate comment referring to Miss Reed.
Okay. And what did you mean by this text?
Medical conditions we knew about her from her previous booking at Milton.
You also testified.
Oh, okay. But wait a minute. All right. I'm not sure
that on
that
August 17th, 2022,
that might be an out and out lie right there.
you sent, sorry, that was
You guys
me.
hear that?
You sent text on or about June 9th, 2022, and also on or about August 17th,
I mean,
2022.
a really easy
Yes.
provable lie.
Okay. Now that you testified that on June 9th, 2022, you sent a text message to two fellow department members that said, "If you like women who shit themselves," who were you referring to in this text?
Again, it was another inappropriate comment referring to Miss Reed.
Okay. And what did you mean by this text?
Medical conditions we knew about her from her previous booking at Milton.
You also testified that on
Can you guys help me out with something? So all the stuff regarding all those text messages came when? Let's see. I don't. It just hit me weird.
August 17th, 2022, you sent, sorry, that was me. You sent text messages on a different text exchange with fellow department members to include Lieutenant
go.
John Fanning and Sergeant Yuri Bukaki. In that text group, you
Can't say it
testified that
either.
in response to a photo of Ms. Reed's attorney, you said, "Funny, I'm going through his retarded client's phone and no nude so far." Who were you referring to as the retarded client?
Again, I was referring to Miss Reed in just more regrettable language.
What did you mean by this comment?
There
I mentioned he's retarded.
was nothing. I didn't mean anything by it. It was just poor joke.
From testimony, it was learned that Sergeant Bukaki gave them a thumbs
They
up,
can't
gave
say
a
it.
thumbs up
I
emoji to
swear.
this text. Did you have any conversation
I am convinced they can't say Buchanan.
with any supervisor about the context of this message?
I want to backtrack
Sure.
because there's almost like two parts to that previous question.
Okay.
Let's see. Was the retarded client's phone? I answered that part.
We're going to get to the second part.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
From testimony, it was learned that Sergeant Bukaki gave a thumbs up emoji
Can't say it.
to this text. Did you have any conversation with any supervisor about the context of this text message?
About
the retarded client?
So I had a conversation with Detective Lieutenant Tully about the inappropriate language once it came out, but prior to that, I don't recall.
So you're saying you had a conversation with
Tully, 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 dun, 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 Tully, 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 with Bukaki.
him when it came out. What do you mean by that?
I can't recall exactly what that conversation took place, but it was just along the lines, the unprofessional languages in the text message. This is bullshit. This is just trying to cover. They didn't have this fucking conversation. He didn't go to Tully and go, it was just an appropriate conversation.
For real?
This is bullshit.
Absolutely not. And honestly, if he had that conversation with Tully, Tully should have at any point reprimanded him, disciplined him, pulled him.
Yeah, I'm sure we can count on Tully to do that. The fuck are we doing?
Him aside, intervened, gave him an in-service, written him up, done something. That conversation never happened.
Yeah,
And by the way, I see a comment, and I'm double reading. I see a comment in the chat from XOXO Emily, liking the content, and I have to agree with you, Emily. Like, I'm so impressed, Brian. And
I am multitasking. For instance, like when I use my hand and then
I'm honored that you asked me to read through this with you, but great work here.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I said, what my vision here for this channel was to always, try to dig in, get documents and things that people haven't seen and expose this and let people know what goes on in behind the walls that we don't get to see these conversations because, they may be private at that specific time. But, having this freedom to go in and request documents. And, like I said, I put this in 4 months ago.
Dude, Brian, listen, you put a FOIA request in, maybe it costs you a couple bucks. We get it. You did the work. I mean, mentioning it every fucking 5 minutes, man. You don't do it. You let your audience do it, and thank you, man. That's like even Nan's like, I can't fucking... She's like, if he mentions it one more time, we get it, man. You know what I mean? Like, we appreciate it. That's why there is stuff in here that I hadn't heard before, but fucking dude, pumping your own tires every 2 seconds, man. It's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
So, I did it immediately after the trial. I wanted to see what I could get. And I wanted all of you guys to see this because you should be able to see this because this adds.
And now we are. Thank you. I mean, I paid $2.
More pieces to the puzzle and the connections that have gone on in Karen Reed's case and John O'Keefe's death. You can see how this was all treated from the start and the tangled evil web.
Don't try
these people
you try it
that were involved. Everybody that's inside 34 Fairview and the corrupt police departments that investigated this, you can see how this all intertwines and connects. And if I can, for a second, use a JFK reference, the tentacles that just,
man. No comment for now.
Keep tying all of this together. It just makes sense, and people need to see and hear.
Yeah, JFK had at least 2 of his tentacles on me last night.
Because it just adds more to the conversation. Go ahead, Nan.
I agree. I'm also going to take one more little sidebar here and say, I've seen comments previously when you've done the hard work and the legwork to put in FOIA requests and put out great content, which you've been very transparent about. But some people, not in your chat right now, but I've seen things.
Yeah,
out there where people comment on watermarking that you do on these documents, and
See, when you pee on your own computer, watermarks happen.
I'm gonna say it, like, good. I'm glad that you do it because you're going out there, you're busting your butt.
I'm gonna put his shit into Procreate, and I'm going to erase his watermarkings with my fucking Apple Pencil. And then I'll show you.
You're procuring important documents. It's not easy to put in a FOIA request. It's not easy to follow up on a FOIA request. And it's not easy to then receive it, digest it, create content, put it out to your audience. And where there's others who will just cannibalize it and spit it out there and just have a sense.
Cannibalize it? How dare you? I paid $2. I paid $2 for this shit, man.
Of entitlement and expect it should just be in the free domain. So
Well,
I'm saying it's not like you own the document, but it's your work product, and good for you, goddammit.
Well, see how work product, like, he's not a lawyer, right? Like, you don't have to give up work product as like discovery in a trial, and I get that, yeah, because you're a lawyer, legal. It's not a thing here.
Go ahead.
Well, it's like, who am I? Like I always get who is this guy? I'm supposedly the piece of shit here and all this, right?
Nope. Brian, if you've heard nothing on this video, just kind of going over your stuff and, trying not to be too much of a dickhead. It's supposedly with a D. And I don't talk that good either. I get it. Supposedly is not a word and should not be used ever.
I'm the one that's the piece of shit in all of this. But the reason that I do this is, one, a watermark it, and I know you won't use it because you're not going to want to give me credit.
Don't tempt me.
Right.
And now I'll just basically throw it back and say, hey, I'm the piece of shit, right? Okay, well then fine, go FOIA it and get it.
A lot of people that might watch this and like maybe not privy to this information, or like new viewers might not get what he's talking about. And why are they doing that? I don't get it.
And do a fucking stream about it.
Yep.
I don't know what to tell you.
Wait. Let me see.
This is one. A watermark it, and I know you won't use it because you're not going to want to give me credit.
Right.
And that's
I give you
and now I'll
credit.
just basically throw it back and say, hey, I'm
Everybody,
the piece of shit, right? Okay, well,
this is LTL's shit we're watching. If you didn't know,
then fine, go FOIA it and get it for yourself and do a fucking stream about it.
nah.
Yep.
I don't know what to tell you.
Don't
Or
feel
have the balls, pardon my French, to give you credit or to.
I give Brian LTL credit for everything that we're watching right now, 100%.
Refer people to your channel. How many times are we seeing it out there where
Go watch LTL.
creators will say, hey, give a like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, LTL.
When they're utilizing under fair use, they're using the content of another. So I'm sorry for the sidetrack, but I thought it was important to say because this.
Well, the new listeners really understand what you're talking
Well,
about.
there was some shit about it today on X, like, oh, you took the time to watermark. Yeah, I did.
Here we
know what?
go. Here we go.
I did, yeah. So when you use it, you fucking know that I sourced this. I did the work.
All right, forget it.
Because apparently I'm a piece of shit. Like
Yeah.
That's I'm a piece of shit. So
You
Nobody
better,
said
you
that.
better
then fucking then you
Nobody said that. Relax, dude. Don't you want to appeal to your new listeners or viewers? They don't know what you're talking about.
can deal with my watermark, or you can go wait 4 months for the fucking FOIA request to come through.
I agree.
Nope, I would rather do it like this.
I don't know what to tell you.
So there we go. We're not.
Sorry,
Hey, be kind. Hey, be kind, Tiger. We're not bringing in the drama. It is.
Hey, Ray from Dallas. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Actually, everybody, thanks for being here. Appreciate it so much.
You have to understand something. Be kind, Tiger. When
I knew we would get here at some point.
I know that I speak for myself, and I dare say I speak for Brian when I say, like, we don't want the drama. But
when we were in bed this morning, we were talking about.
But there's only so much that can be endured sometimes when it's relentless and coming.
I've been working. That's all I do on my channel.
Yeah.
I just work. That's it. So anyway, let's not get.
My man went across 3
sidetracked
lanes.
on
Here
this.
we go.
Still a lot of document to read through.
Okay.
I appreciate. I don't let's nix this. I appreciate all the
At this point, I wish you'd shut your fucking mouth.
positive comments here in the chat. Let's not get sidetracked here. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep working through this and let people know what was going on in this document. All right.
Great.
Line 16, Nan.
All right. So,
Yeah, let's get back on track. Why don't you shut your hole?
oh, as far as when you stated, when it came out, when the text message came out on the text thread, or when the department became aware of that text?
Yeah, when the
This conversation is going to resume later back at the homestead.
department became aware.
So after the department became aware, that's when DLT Tully had that conversation with you?
Yes.
Did any other supervisor have a conversation with you about that, either through text message, email, in person, or on paper?
I don't recall. No.
What were you referring to with the no nudes so far text?
So
no, what I meant was
we had waited amount of months to access the data in Mrs. Reed's phone. The guys in the office.
Wait, hold on. That's not true. An amount of months? Wasn't it very soon after he got the phone? I'm going to have to look up some of this.
Knew I was going through and the contents, the download that night. I was most interested in her location data. Sure you will. Sure you were, right?
Sure you
yeah, I was
will?
most interested in her location data. I was trying to prove a theory that I had from day one. And
Brian, I'm going to need you to calm down and just, bring it down to your inside voice.
the second thing, I wanted to really dig down on the text messages who she was communicating with between the overnight hours. And that was when I came across a text message she had texted attorney Yannetti.
That's when I came across
on the
my
29th,
phone
something to the
screen.
effect of she's out drinking with her boyfriend and the night before. Sorry.
Hold
line
on
17.
hold on a second. So this is a conversation between her and her attorney?
Yes.
I don't know if we want to be putting that on the record here. You're the legal expert.
Oh, look at this.
So his attorney,
Brian, stop.
we're not.
He says,
in a court.
yeah, I know we're not in court. Can we pause for a second?
Okay.
Break-
By the way,
break for a minute.
I'm kind of skimming here, but it looks
Right.
like, generally in an out of court proceeding that's under oath, attorneys won't touch attorney-client communications. But with
You're kidding me. They won't do that in court either.
the 10-foot pole. So this was a little bit of a sensitive subject. They go back on the record.
So they go off the record, they come back. Yeah.
Right.
So I'll ask the question again. Okay. And then answer it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Bitch. Fuck. Would you relax for a second? It's my channel, motherfucker.
So in the text that you sent to the department members to include Lieutenant Fanning and Sergeant Bukaki, you said no nudes
They can't say Buchanan positive of it.
so far. What were you referring to with the no nudes so far text?
Oh, by the way, what's up, Microdots? Nice to see you here.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Won't see him anymore.
Microdots.
So I was saying before, we waited some time to access the data in Miss Reed's phone, and I was most interested in her location data, who she was communicate with via text messages through like overnight hours and into the following day prior to Sergeant Bukaki and I
They can't say it.
interviewing her at her parents' home in Dighton. And then it was searching through her text messages that I came across attorney-client privilege information, which then I had to stop looking at her phone and made my supervisors aware that we couldn't go through this phone any further because there's attorney information on there.
Yeah. Once I read a bunch of the attorney-client privileged communications, right when I started reading them to the very end, I then called the taint team to tell us how to proceed.
It was very frequent, high percentage, 80, 90%. And then we were going through people's phones and their personal items on their pictures or what have you. Instead of updating the guys in the office that the guys I'm with in the phone or had to stop looking at the phone, whether it was proper to update would have been, I would have made improper jokes that, I don't recall going through her photo.
Wait, Ray, what are you saying? Nick showing proof that TB never gave Karen any money? I find that hard to believe, but
So it was just inappropriate joke I made, a poor update. Yeah, right, dude. You were looking through the photos, bro.
Yeah. And
Stop lying.
he's not giving a good answer for anything about the no nudes so far. And
Right.
I can't believe you think he's lying. I mean, he just testified.
does anyone in your audience at all believe that he stumbled upon the communication with Yannetti and then stopped.
Come on.
mean,
let us know. If you think he stopped, put a 1 in the chat. If you
Yeah.
don't think he stopped, put a 2 in the chat. Let's light the chat.
Anything can be faked as far as documents and shit. So
Up here. Let us know. If you think he stopped at the point when he saw the communication between Yannetti and Karen, that he stopped looking at that point, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, put a 2. Look at all the 2s.
oh my
yeah,
God.
he's a bastion of morality.
That's going to be a real, Jesus Christ. All right, let's go forward.
No, I mean, you never know what to expect on a phone. Again, it wasn't my main focus. My main focus was location data and text messages. So who knows what to expect on the phone? This is such bullshit.
Other than that comment, has anyone involved with this investigation looked for or talked about nude photographs of Ms. Reed?
No, not that I can recall.
No, except for Madam Core Reporter or something.
Did you ever,
No, I'm sorry, Hank Brennan.
at any point in the investigation, look for any nude photos of anyone involved in this investigation?
No, sir.
Have any of your superiors admonished you or spoken to you about this text of the no nudes other than DLT Tully talking to you after the department became aware of the messages? Did any of your supervisors talk to you about the no nudes text?
Not that I can recall.
And there's your systemic problem. That's one of many.
Yep,
But
right there.
that question alone is trying to delve into the.
Hold on a minute. Ray from Dallas, 214 Ray from Dallas. I believe that you are a moderator on my channel. Why aren't you right now?
Problem with his cohorts who were involved in all of this. It's just, you got a big problem going on up there, and it's not just up there. Okay. Okay. And the counseling, if you will, by DLT Tully, was that verbal or written?
Verbal.
On June 12th, 2024, under cross-examination.
Ray from Dallas has been a moderator on my channel since I started my channel. Why is he not right now?
Did you testify about additional text messages that you exchanged with a group of friends that you grew up with and went to school with?
Yes.
You testified that on January 29th, 2022, you sent the friend group Zero Chance, She Skated, and She's Fucked. Who were you referring to in these texts?
Kind of sounded like Ellen.
Faker, 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 faker. You fake it. Fucking fake ass motherfucker. Get out of here, dude. Bye, bitch. Think I wasn't going to find out, you son of a... And by the way, do I have any moderators? Lucky I caught that shit. Why is there nobody in here right now? I got no moderators in here. Kylie, do you moderate or no? I mean, I don't want to put it on you, or US Lily or Jen's dog. It's just some asshole. J7's here. All right. Fair enough. Fucking piece of shit.
Jackson there, Nan. That was pretty good.
Did I? Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
she's
channeling my inner AJ. She's fucked.
I know.
I was referring to Miss Reed, and again, that's just an opinion I had formed at that time based on the evidence and facts, right? Which wasn't shared in that opinion.
What did you mean by Zero Chance She Skated?
Like being found not guilty.
What did you mean by She's Fucked?
Based on my opinion, based on the facts and the evidence, she would face the consequences for her actions.
On June 12th, 2020.
These two are geniuses. Thanks everybody for being here. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay. All right.
24. Did you testify about additional text messages that you exchanged with Canton police officer Kevin Albert?
Yes.
On July 19th, 2022, were you and Kevin
Right.
Albert working on an unresolved case together?
It took me a minute, but I was like, wait a minute. Since I started my channel, Ray was a moderator because I was a moderator on his first. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, wait, why is he not blue? So thanks for being here, Ray. I appreciate it. Somebody trying to act as you, but they can never do that, bro.
Yes.
Without getting into specifics about that case, was this related to an unresolved homicide in Canton?
Yes. Well, it was originally a missing person, but from the early 80s. But yes, it was essentially the person we believe was a victim of the homicide.
So it was an unresolved case from
Correct.
Canton?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Where did the two of you travel to for this work?
We went down to Sandwich. Oh, this is the trip logs that I posted. This is when they were hanging with Higgies.
You know, that's a good point, though, Brian. You should point that out, in my opinion, to your chat. Like on Brian's social media, he also posts, if you haven't looked yet, definitely.
Yeah, all the exhibits are up there. It kind of gives context to all what they're talking about in this this testimony. Go ahead, Nan.
like
sorry.
Do you think they went down there to feed Higgins with a feed bag?
A lot of collateral relevant documents. So definitely follow LTL Media on X and on Facebook.
And certainly, please follow me, LaFerrio, for when I say nasty, vile shit about people.
He has posted a lot of additional documents. Okay. Where did the two of you travel to for this work? I think I repeated myself.
That's okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you're on line 25.
What was the purpose of this trip?
To interview a friend of the...
To get wasted and maybe, I don't know, go to a strip
victim, potential witness.
How did you get there?
In my cruiser.
And, you know, footnote for the audience. Apparently we
Hold on. Nan's going to tell us what a cruiser is.
shut the tracking off.
The GPS off.
So you were literally in Canton for like, what, 8 minutes that day or
right.
something, if I heard that correctly? Okay. Did you two ride together?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. In the back seat.
In your cruiser, who drove?
I drove.
Not a specific address, but
with one hand.
Where did you pick Kevin Albert from? Kevin Albert up from?
His boyfriends.
My best recollection, I believe, it was in the Canton Police Department.
At what time did you pick him up?
I don't recall. I
forget it.
Feel like it might have been after hours, like 5 around that time.
Okay, so on that...
I don't recall.
So on that day, did you work your regularly scheduled work shift?
Yes.
And what are the hours for that?
8:30 to 5.
So somewhere around the end of the regular work shift, you picked Kevin Albert up?
To my best recollection, yes. Oh, here it is. Here's the GPS.
Is your cruiser equipped with an AVL switch?
It is.
And for the record, an AVL switch references the geolocating capability for the cruisers. Are you authorized to turn it off?
Yes. That's scary.
Under what circumstances are you?
I've never heard this, but let me guess. When we're tracking a suspect, or we're undercover, or we're getting gay.
Authorized to turn it off.
So the directive is when you leave your house about a mile or two down the road, or, turn it off, because we're essentially working for the district attorney at that point. And then on the return home, a mile or two out, or wherever you remember to put it on, just turn the switch back on so it shows you're arriving at your house. Oh, that's wicked fucking shady.
Well, and let me, if I may just comment here, because it became kind of newsworthy this week.
Yeah.
With the turning off of the AVL switch, I don't recall where or who I was listening to or what I was listening to, but I saw.
I am only admiring from afar.
Or heard something yesterday where there was some talk about, district attorneys, prosecutors, and the like government officials have actually recently and in recent years been supportive of the turning off of AVL switches because it can compromise investigators and detectives and possible confidential informants, etc., by having that type of tracking on. But without reading on more here, if they even get into it, I would say, what Proctor's answer he's giving is a little bit different here. He's kind of saying, hey, before you get to your home and then after you leave your home, turn it off, turn it on to protect the privacy of your home. but he like turned it off the entire time
Yeah.
he ventured to Sandwich, which by the way, a sandwich sounds really delicious right now. But
Shut up.
no, but honestly, like there's a big distinction here. So he's clearly testifying thus far that he's abused what the normal process would be. He should have had it on. He was receiving taxpayer overtime dollars. And if I were people living up there, I'd be really pissed off about that.
Yeah, and you'll see all those documents on my X account, the supporting exhibits for this conversation. Go ahead, Nan.
Is that a unit directive or a department directive?
Unit.
Is that a standing protocol or is that something that has to be approved and logged each day?
So then his attorney says, if you know, he says, I don't know.
Further coaching. Do you know if there's a protocol for SPDU Norfolk
Listen, coaching is not illegal.
to log when and why an AVL switch was turned off?
I don't know.
The only log note, okay. Do you log when and why your AVL is turned off?
The only log note I'll make is if when I return home at the end of the night and the next morning I go to leave for work and I switch and the switch is still off, I'll make a log note then.
Were you
Log
authorized
note.
to turn it off on July 19th, 2022
No.
when you and Kevin Albert traveled to Sandwich?
Yes.
Oh,
And did
yes.
you in fact turn it off?
Yes.
At what time did you arrive in Sandwich?
I turned it off 3 seconds out of my driveway, and I turned it back on before I got into my driveway by 3 seconds.
Recall.
Ballpark?
It was a long time ago.
So what's the
I don't know. Yeah, again, I don't recall at what time we arrived there, and I didn't know if there was like heavy traffic at that time of year. It's summertime.
and listen, I'm not going
There is traffic, believe me.
to hold you to it, but what's the typical drive time from if you pick him up at Canton PD to get to Sandwich?
It depends if we stop on the Lover's Lane Hill.
And then his attorney jumps in two years ago to the day, actually in the summertime, travel to the Cape.
I understand. I understand.
I mean, an hour and a half or two.
Okay.
I mean,
And again, I'm not going to hold you to it, but generally maybe 7:30, somewhere around there, if you picked him up after 5.
possibly.
Okay, I understand. I understand it's a long time ago to be able to lock in today.
Yeah. And this is, I want to make some context to everybody. If you look at the trip logs and what he signed off on, that's where he fabricated this document. It's up on my X account. And I think
I
that was
I don't believe for a second he fabricated. I mean, come on, Brian.
the charges that came out of this. Line 17, Nan.
Thank you. Yes,
Yep.
I get it. What time did you complete your work in Sandwich?
I don't recall. I know we conducted an interview for a while, but yeah.
Read, like this adds up. Plus, in addition to the cost of the trials for Karen Reed, the payment of specially appointed district attorneys, whether it's Hank Brennan,
Watch your mouth.
Robert Cosgrove,
There she did it now.
Mello, like just to name a couple of cases, this is a complete waste of taxpayer dollars at all different levels
You're
in all
kidding
different
me.
cases.
Millions of dollars. Like,
It's the first time I'm hearing this, by the way. That this has been a burden and a waste on the taxpayers. I hadn't heard this before, so hit the like, everybody. Thank you.
millions of dollars that got wasted here.
Millions. And that's
Millions.
why people should care. I know
Yeah.
people think, the trial's over, move on. No,
Huh?
there's only one way to change the beast. It's to keep talking about it and shine the light on it. I will get off my soapbox.
No, it's cool. And if I can pause here for a second.
The beast is what I call that thing in the top drawer of my bureau.
If you guys haven't already, you're just coming into the chat room, smash that like button. I would appreciate it. And subscribe if you're not subscribed over here. Turn on your bell notification. I would appreciate that. And I want to give a big shout out to Corey Hopkins that has been literally threading Mass State Police, the DA's office, with all her FOIA requests that she has been.
That's strange. She also knows how to do FOIA requests, but gets them with a lot more regularity. Brian thinks
posting lately and really, pulling back that curtain as well. And she's done a phenomenal job. I've been in a lot of communication with her over the last week or so. And I was making that joke earlier that, her and I were having those open discussions on X, and I had these some of my FOIA requests that was sitting for like 4 or 5 months.
Here we go again.
And I find it incredibly funny that after the first day that we started having conversations, and we know that she sued, she was in a lawsuit or had sued them to get this information.
Isn't that funny, Moonlight?
And it's funny, we have this open dialogue on X, and then 2 hours later, I get a call from Joshua Riley, counsel for.
He got a call. Like a phone call? No fucking way. No way. From the FOIA office? What?
MSP, and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting all to your,
He's claiming he got a phone call from a lawyer for the MSP after like what, 2 FOIA requests? He's not John Greenwald from the Black Vault. I mean, I don't get it.
Your FOIA request, what we were specifically looking for is, it's like, all right, is that coincidence or are we being watched?
She's a queen. She's a queen.
Awesome.
The meme or picture that is out there of her with the royal robe and the crown is very apropos. And I mean, she's doing this on her own dime, in addition to being a full-time attorney. Like,
Brian's about to tell you how he did the same.
it's unbelievable.
I think.
Yeah, she's great. I've been having some really good dialogue with her lately. So shout out to Corey Hopkins. Check her out on X.
Marbury versus Mad.
Versus Mad. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
So based off the Daily Administrative Journal log note and your pay station submission, you were on overtime from 1700 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
Correct.
And would that be an accurate representation?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll take those back. So you said that you completed an interview down in Sandwich. Did you do any other work after you completed that assignment in Sandwich?
So I know there's another potential witness in the area. That's we'd be looking for. We went to his house 2 or 3 times, and while we were down there, to the best of my recollection, I felt like we tried to track that, an elderly gentleman down there as well.
So after you completed all the work in Sandwich, where did you go?
Mm-hmm.
I actually skipped over your.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Let's see. We went out to eat.
Did you go to eat? Did you go to eat in Sandwich, or did you drive back to the Canton area?
It was down in the Cape area.
All right.
So we're at 3 hours and 21 minutes, everybody. Let's go for like another make it even because I'm a weirdo. Let's go till what am I doing? Let's go midnight and do it like that. Cool.
Do you
Sandwich, I believe.
Do you know where you went to eat?
I don't recall.
Was it a restaurant or a bar?
Yes, sir. Restaurant.
Restaurant.
Man, don't do that.
Okay. Did you drive your cruiser to the dinner?
I did, and it's Cruiser.
Cruiser.
Oh,
I'm still learning, but I'm Cruiser. Okay.
Fucking bitches. This is why people think we're dumb.
Cruiser. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm totally.
Never was. I like this comment. Never was says I'm not buying this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Yeah.
Did you drive your cruiser to dinner?
Where am I?
Oh, I
did.
think I went back. Okay.
19. I did.
Did you consume alcohol while having dinner?
Dinner. It's dinner. If you're
Yes,
going to keep doing it, say
How
dinner.
many alcoholic drinks did you have?
To the best of my recollection, 1 or 2 beers. It's funny. He can kind of remember what he drank that night, but they don't remember where you ate. I find that so hard to believe. It's not like fucking there's a million restaurants in Sandwich. So let's put that out there. Anybody that's been to the Cape, you all know like all the little food spots where you're going to hit all those areas like Jack.
We don't want you here, dude. Don't fucking come. I'm kidding, Brian.
Adam, Plymouth, Sandwich. You're going to know where all those little spots are. It's not like you fucking forget what restaurant you went to when you're in a specific area.
Well,
I everybody's going to agree with me here. I'm telling you.
Hey, Nurse Kim, how you doing? Really good to see you. I don't think you've ever been here before. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
I agree. However, one of them forgot to take control and custody of their own weapon. So maybe we can cut them some slack that night.
2 beers.
They need to stop this shit. I don't like when
I know it's unbelievable, but I agree. I think he was just intentionally hiding where he went.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Okay. What did you do with your firearm and badge?
Oh my God, I might have. Okay, we only got what? 7 minutes left. They got it. I can't.
When you went to the restaurant?
There you go. The firearm, I kept lockbox underneath my seat. My badge, either I put it in there or I locked it up in my glove box.
Is the lock?
Kim, I had to switch over from your stream last night. I almost cried, and I only cry in the mornings and on weekends. So,
Box secured to the vehicle somehow?
Yes, there's like a wire with the key lock to it.
well, when I watch these two,
Do you know what Kevin Albert did with his firearm and badge?
Albert,
To my best recollection, he was either it was able to fit in his lockbox, or if it wasn't able to fit, I locked it in the glove box.
So those
It was secure.
were the options he did, but
it was secure.
you did not. But do you know where he secured it?
I don't recall.
Your lockbox, is it big enough to hold 2 firearms?
Depends on if it's in like 9.
That's a no.
9 or if it's a 9 or a 45, it depends on which gun.
Nothing to be embarrassed about, Kim. You're loved by everybody.
Which firearm and the caliber.
And
From my perspective, you can't do any wrong. So
again,
let me know if
and I
anybody
kind of
gives you a
stepped on
hard
you there
time.
for a second. So do you know whether his firearm was secured?
It was secured. I just don't recall if it was in the lockbox or the glove box.
Does the glove box lock?
Yes, it does, sir.
And that's just a key lock, or is there some other fancy?
Are we to believe that they got so wasted, like Kevin Albert forgot his gun and badge, and then Proctor didn't know it was in there, but he locked it in the glove box? I mean, come on.
Lock that you put on there.
It's a key lock.
How long did you and Kevin Albert stay at the restaurant?
I don't recall, sir.
After you ate dinner, did you stay to have more drinks, or did you leave after dinner was complete?
To my best of the recollection, we left when the dinner was complete.
Did you drive your cruiser?
But listen, everybody, it's okay because the civil proceeding will flush out all of the truth and everything will be fine. I mean, Jesus, I can't.
Cruiser from this restaurant.
Yes, sir.
Did you go to any other restaurant or bar other than where you had dinner?
Damn it.
I'm going to pause this. Penny says, bank or credit card statements give names of restaurants in charge. The restaurant will have their guest copy of the receipt. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, nobody asked for him in evidence, right? So what are you going to do?
That's right.
Oh, wait, they probably paid cash, right?
Well, and I don't know where this line of inquiry is ultimately. Oh, hi, Lady Zelda.
Yeah,
How are
well, whether they paid by credit card or cash, all of that will flush out in the civil trial, right? Because the truth comes out.
you,
Zelda
sweetie?
says convenient amnesia.
And I don't know fully exactly where this line of questioning is going to end up, but I can tell you if they went to a restaurant or a bar, had a dinner, there were drinks, and now we just read that Proctor said, no, we didn't go into anywhere else other than the restaurant or bar. So, well, then why was one or both of them significantly intoxicated? Like, I don't know.
Absolutely, Kim. I mean, I think the thing about LTL is he's not himself, and he's like being, and also this person that's under him here, and you're yourself, and that's why people like you, and I think that's where people get off track.
On my planet, you go to dinner and you don't walk out of it completely
Listen,
wrecked.
you don't live on a different planet. Have you seen your ex posts?
Banged up. It sounds like these guys, one or both of them was so banged up that they didn't remember to secure
You think?
or even remember that they had a
Really?
firearm that evening.
Yeah, and Nexus says they would have submitted their expenses. Sure, if you're telling the truth.
I live on a different planet than you people from the Commonwealth, although I will say,
If you're telling the truth, because again, that's a paper trail.
Yeah,
All right,
I
24.
agree. 24. Did you go to any other restaurant or bar other than where you had dinner?
I can swear to God, I'm glad we're almost done because I can't do it no more.
No, sir.
So from the restaurant, where did you go?
Back to Canton to drop Kevin Albert off. Yeah.
About what time did you drop him off?
I don't recall.
Where did you drop him off? Back at the PD?
I dropped him off at his house.
So based on AVL, so from dropping Kevin Albert off, so I blocked out the location, so it might be a little difficult for you to make out, but from dropping Kevin Albert off at his house, does he live in the same town as you?
Yes, sir.
And you both live in Canton?
Correct.
Did you go anywhere after you dropped him off?
Not at all. I that I can recall, sir.
I went straight to the pharmacy to get a Plan B.
No.
So I believe it shows you returning home around 22:54.
Mm-hmm.
So about how long of a drive is it from his house to your house?
5 minutes.
So would it be accurate saying you dropped him off around 10:45 to 10:50 p.m., somewhere around there?
Yeah, sure.
Give or take?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yes.
Fair enough. And again, I know it was 2 years ago. About how long did it take you to get from Sandwich back to Canton?
Again, I don't recall travel time from Sandwich to Canton.
So,
and believe me, in the civil trial, he's going to have to say how long it took him to get from Sandwich to Canton. He's not going to be able to lie.
Generally speaking, not specific to that date, generally speaking, how long would it take to travel? What time would you have to leave Sandwich to get back to Canton around 10:45?
Like 9:30, 9:45-ish. And then his attorney's going to jump in. Well, I don't guess. I mean, if you don't, he's basically saying if you don't know.
Yeah, that, I mean, that's coaching, but
yeah.
It's not, he has an attorney.
How many times is on a sandwich? Okay. Yeah, here's a coaching question too. I guess the question.
All right, forget it.
Is this is his attorney? I guess the question is, how many times has he gone to Sandwich? And then you have Dwyer.
That's a great question. How many times have you gone to Sandwich?
Don't worry, none of your business. I ate a sandwich.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's a good one. Maybe half a dozen in a personal and professional setting.
What has been the average time it takes you to get from Canton to Sandwich?
Maybe an hour to an hour and a half.
And would that be the same for the return trip home?
Again, it was a long time ago. I don't recall. Okay.
Not that specific incident, but like in your experience driving from Sandwich to Canton.
Best estimate.
I know, Kim. Isn't it horrible? These people doing this shit.
Yeah, best estimate.
Well, her, but he does it too, and it still pisses me off.
Fair enough. And was it was it you that drove your cruiser back to Canton?
Yes, sir.
What time did you turn your AVL back on? I think it's noted there.
It looks like okay, 22:54.
So that's 22:50. That 22:54 may not be when you returned home. That may be when you turned your AVL back on, correct?
On my way home, yes.
Yeah.
So that night, how many drinks total did you consume?
18.
I said
alcoholic drinks.
My best recollection.
Oh, what, you didn't include water?
1 or 2, and then the attorney's going to jump in. 1 or 2, or 1 or 2. What?
122
beers.
Do you believe you were intoxicated?
Absolutely not.
Do you believe that Kevin Albert was intoxicated?
I do not.
I don't know, but we said goodnight to each other.
You testified that on the following day, I believe that would be July 20th, 2022, that you found Kevin Albert's badge in your cruiser. Did you find
Okay, we got a couple more minutes, guys.
his firearm?
No, sir.
Oh my God.
Do you know what happened to his firearm?
I do not.
Do you know if he found it?
I do not.
Why would he believe that
You found it at the foot of my bed.
his firearm could possibly be in your cruiser?
I don't know, sir. That's a question for Detective Albert.
Fair enough. All of the text and information you testified to, we spoke about, is information that was obtained from your personal cell phone, correct?
That's correct.
Is there any other information from your personal cell phone, whether currently there or used to be, that was not introduced in the Karen Reed trial that could in any way be connected to any investigation that you have been involved with? I know that's a long-winded question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me try to shorten that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than information that was presented at the Karen Reed trial, is there any other information that either existed or does exist on your phone now or then that could be connected to any
Compound question for Mr. Jackson.
case that you worked?
Mm-hmm. Before I answered, I can I just get 1 minute
Sure, absolutely.
bathroom break. He's run away now.
So, but you know what's funny? I will at least while he's taking his little pee-pee break, I will tell you that is a huge no-no. Like in the jurisdictions I'm
It's a
licensed,
huge no-no,
you
Ben.
cannot be excused when there is a question pending.
You want them to piss on the table? First of all, people go off record all the time. It's AI. It's not a court proceeding, you moron.
In fact,
Really?
we give you that instruction in depositions, which are out of court sworn testimony.
It's not a deposition and it's not a court proceeding. It's AI. AI. IA. It's internal affairs. It's his own people. What do you think this is?
Testimony, administrative hearings, or in trials, both criminal, civil. If there's a question pending,
Why do I know this?
you can't have a break. So I find that while I don't think this issue of is there anything else on your phone
What, he can't have a break? What if he threw up on you or something?
is like the most significant question of the day, I don't think it is, but it's an important question. And here he goes saying, "Oh, can I take a quick break?" I would have said if I were Dwyer, "No, you can answer my
No, you can piss on the floor, okay? Right here in front of us, on the record.
question first," because he could leave, he could go in the bathroom, he could talk to his
Serenity
attorney.
saying he's communicating with someone.
Yeah, he's communicating with
Maybe,
someone.
allegedly, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe, you know, he had to go to the bathroom.
So it's
I don't know.
sus, as
Very
my kids
interesting.
would
I
say.
mean,
Yeah.
All right, so he takes his little fake pee-pee break.
Can I take a quick pee break?
You legit? Do you, all right, good. Let me talk.
I mean, is she going with you? I feel like you
Your
want
audience.
to.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, wow.
So,
Well, there you go. I mean, case in point that people do need to go to the bathroom, even baby Bry, when he doesn't cry it out. So, see how this goes.
so I'm taking control. I'm taking control of the show, guys.
know.
I don't
I'm
I
fucking
don't really know
afraid.
how to do that. So
Man, drive me home. I'm afraid. And I don't feel comfortable anymore. I want you to
it's going
drive
to,
me home.
I can't even turn the pages. I will tell you
Thank
all,
God.
like, thank you for joining this evening. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people in your chat.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
anyone has questions, I'm here to answer them.
Nobody's got any.
It looks predominantly positive in the chat, which I'm also happy about. Thanks, ladies.
Not for long.
I appreciate it. You know how many streams I've done where I've had to pee, but I just keep going. And look
I mean, what does she have, a catheter?
what Brian did. He bailed on you all for Mother Nature. He called. Now, but I think this is very important to be going through this type
Nah, he's a huge pussy. But anyways, it's good to have you here.
of testimony because it's more than what you would have ever seen at trial. There was no way Lally was going to let all of this in 1.0. And there was no way Bev was going to let Alan Jackson get to more of this in his questioning. So
Are you sure?
it's very helpful.
Oh, he's didn't wash his hands for sure.
Wait, you're chewing. Like, did you actually eat dinner?
Disgusting.
Did you
No,
eat
I had to
something?
I took a Tums because my heartburn. I had
Oh,
That's not a tum, sir. You're chewing it like food. Please don't lie to your audience members.
sorry.
pizza for dinner and I ate really quick before we started the stream, and it started whacking me about 2 seconds ago. So I'm like,
Pizza sounds. I don't. With
That's a weird word to say directly out of the bathroom.
all this talk of sandwich and pizza. Yeah. But anyway, okay. So
there was a pending question I wanted to get to here. Hang on.
Wow.
a pending question in your chat.
Yeah, and I want to answer.
It was the pending question from the internal affairs thing. That was the pending question. There was no pending question in the chat, right? That's how they left it.
Answer it, but I don't see it anymore. Hang on.
There was no pending question, dude.
Lady
Let's
Zelda, get me a sandwich. Stat.
It was something about FOIA requests. If the person that had that question about FOIA requests, if you can retype it, I'll bring it up. Okay. I hope everybody's enjoying this so far. I think we probably have like another 20 minutes. We're on page 50 of 79, so we're moving pretty well here. I want to thank Nan for doing this.
Pleasure.
These can be very long sometimes reading through transcripts, but
yeah, no kidding.
Again, it's very important that people hear this even though, you know, there might not be some scathing things that come up or gotcha moments, but I think we have some context to hear as to you know, what was going on in his brain, and you know, I want to hear about it, and I wanted to get out there and you know, get this out for the record for us, so people can discuss it and go over it here.
All right.
So, all right, we'll move
agree.
on.
Yeah.
We'll move
Okay,
on.
and Lexus,
And we're back on the record. Look.
Lexus, that sandwich you described sounds spot on.
Yeah, well, Dan, you're on Ozempic and you can't have it.
Bet.
Josie's asked. Okay, this is the one. Is there any checks and balances for FOIA requests? How do we know if they are answered accurately and honestly?
The government said so.
I mean, it's a great question, but go ahead, Nan, if you want to grab this one.
So the short answer is you never really know. There's an element of the honor code involved. The little bit of a broader answer to that is there's varying state laws and jurisdictional.
Yeah, but we're talking about a federal freedom of information request.
Nuances that really influence how a FOIA request is responded to and what's included in it and by what date it has to be disclosed by and what the rights and remedies of an applicant are if they don't receive the materials, if they don't ask for the materials properly, or if they don't receive substantive information in response. That's whether they didn't get everything they asked for, or whether they asked for things and what they're receiving doesn't match up with what they asked for. So the checks and balances is really the discerning eye of the applicant.
It's called, I think it's bullshit or it's not, and there's no way we can prove it.
So, for example, Brian was mentioning Corey Hopkins the other day and her FOIA request that she's put in. So I don't know what her FOIA's requested, but she asked for a body of documents and then got them. And as it turned out,
Well, wouldn't you like to pick her brain, right? But you can't, because you ain't nothing like her.
Much, but some of what she received was information that hadn't even been released to a litigant in a criminal matter. So there's times where there's even human error. There's times where the person.
You call people piece of shit scumbags and wait till I find you on the street and beat your ass and I've got your IP address. Corey Hopkins doesn't do things like that, but you do. Why is that, man?
Or individuals responding to the FOIA request at the governmental agency level are responding and they're giving more information out to one applicant or requester, but not another. So a discerning eye is necessary. And that's another thing I want to tell you about, Brian, because when these come in, I know you do.
That sounds like lawyers speak for you'll never know and good luck. Just say it.
Discern. You look and say, did I get everything I'm asking for?
Yeah.
Or
I don't believe I did. And you have a discerning eye. It means you have no way of knowing and just take what you get.
You'll say, I need to ask for more because this references a transcript or A, B, or C. I hope that answered your question. And if you have any more, need more information, please feel free to reach out to me.
And I'm also going to let people know this, because at the when they respond, they put a legal paragraph out when they give you your FOIA request. This is the department considers your request as
Mr. Brian LTL, we gave you all the shit that you wanted and we don't have anything else. Please stop calling and emailing us.
the submission pursuant to MGL C66. That's the law, Massachusetts Public Records Law. If you wish to challenge any aspect of this response, you may appeal to the supervisor of public records following the procedure set forth. And there's another law that they quote, a copy which is available at, and they give you a link. You may also
Brian, if we catch you plagiarizing people again, you're going to be in big trouble.
file a civil action in accordance with
lose our number
and the law that they quote. So you have those abilities to do that as well. If you feel like you're not getting the full content.
Yeah. So email them back and be like, I feel you haven't given me everything that you have. Usually works well.
Context of your FOIA, you can challenge them. And look what Corey Hopkins has done and look what she's gotten. So you have the ability to do that.
Yeah, that's great. Always read what you're getting. And by the way, if anyone is
read what you're getting. This is attorney advice, so insight.
Watching and does make FOIA requests and does get materials and has questions about what you've ever received back, if you've gotten everything you asked for or you don't understand what you've received, My door always remains open if you want to check in with me and see if you
Nobody's come to that door, lady.
need, not that I would help you with it, but I could help better answer your questions. So if you need to ask for more complete or specific information, that offer stands to you. All right, getting back.
Let's go back on the record here.
All right, back on the record. Somebody strike a gavel. I'm going to rephrase that last question I
Friggin' jokester. All right, 2 more
asked.
minutes.
Understood that there is information contained contained in your phones that's relative to investigation.
Take those rose-colored glasses off. Maybe you can see reality.
Right? So minus any information that is of investigative value, are there any other derogatory, defamatory, offensive, or any other texts that don't have investigative value on your phones that relates to any investigations that you've been involved with?
Oh, wow. This is going to be a very interesting answer here because what do we know now, Nan? There is those things that was just asked in this court. Not to my best recollection. There it is, people. Right there.
Not to
wow, there it is, people. I mean,
the best of my recollection. Which is, if that's not the spoon feeding by his attorney,
again, he's represented by counsel. Fuck. All right, we're done, everybody. Give me a minute here. I can't do it anymore. Yeah, I can't. It's too much. But everybody's been great. I mean, Nurse came. Feel like Brian. Nurse Kim came in for a couple minutes, said hi, and she's awesome. Jimmy was here yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. It's been awesome. I appreciate everybody being here. Yeah, I can't do it anymore. Between the accents and the just obvious shit like that they think is new information, it's just a lot. So again, I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. Let me do this. Okay, hold on. I gotta get rid of these. All right. What we got here is, God damn, I can't see any. I can't see, God damn you. Linda Maciel gifted 1 MC Cossy G membership. Thank you so much. Delilu, a $4.99. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Thanks for coming. What am I doing? Where am I going? What is going on? All right. Jen's dog Jonah, $9.99. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. It says something. Okay, hold on. For you, upcoming kitten, Mr. Grifter. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And God damn, I can't see. Ultra Maga Dog has become a YouTube member. Did I miss one? No, I didn't. Okay. All right. Sandy D has become a YouTube member. I'm really bad at this shit, guys. That's all there is, though. But people supported me in other ways, and I really appreciate it. Did Brian leave for a potty break, or I leave for a potty break? Because I'm about to. And Brian left for a potty break right after he shamed, and they both shamed Proctor for taking one as well. Like, I call bullshit. And right after that, Brian's like, hey, by the way, can I pee? And she's like, sure, I guess. And while she peed into her catheter or something, I don't get it. But thanks, everybody. We'll see what's going on tomorrow. We'll see how much snow's out there tomorrow. Who knows? But I love all you fine people, and we will see you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. Chess and the Timmons. Yeah. I'm the man in charge, triple dip justice. My reach is large, indicting T-Rex arms. Yeah, they on display. Short reach, big mess on a public way. Yo. Adjust your antennas, tune in tight. Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky. The joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Adjust your antennas, tune in tight. Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky. The joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Advanced years, wisdom stacked. Try me once, no turning back. James Jackson ordered, case dismissed. Cossy cheek strikes, you won't resist. Order in the court, the rhythm pounds. Justice echoes, breaking bounds. Prosecutor by day, mic in hand by night. Adjust your antennas, I'm the signal, alright. Antennas, tune in tight. Cossy rules the bench, I'm the law tonight. Be so high, they touch the sky. The joke ain't over, just watch me fly. Yeah, adjust your antennas, tune in tight. Cossy rules the bench.
Everybody have a good morning. You come up here, you show your face. Your name's Jason Smith, right? Is that his name? Jay Smith, his real name or something? I forget his name, man. I think his name was Jay Smith, right? Is that what his name was when he came up here? I forget. Cossy G. He's saying that he's sick of us crying. We're crying about what? You're in a guy's chat talking shit about us and we're crying. We can't defend ourselves. Like what is it? You guys are the bullies and we got to bow down. That's never going to happen. So stop talking shit and then we'll stop crying. Is that the way this works? Keep making phone. Everybody's seeing that you're Cossy G, but you're still going to make phone calls and say you're Cosgrove. Who's really mentally fucking cooked up? We already seen you. The joke's over.
The joke's over.
The joke's over. Erica W's disgusted. I am fucking disgusted.
We'll see you later.
Well, yeah. That I thought she was friends with James Jackson. I guess not. I know she wanted to go to a Millie show or something. He asked me to get her backstage, but it's been 2.5 hours for trashing TB and anybody who supports him. Definitely not trashing BLT. I feel like the streamer equivalent of I have black friends. Not a good look trying to play the race card.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good stream. I appreciate everybody. You know, it is what it is. And we'll see you guys next time. I'll check you out, Kev.